Live from the man cave, it's Flag on the Play with Bud and HB. We're gonna talk Jags, Gators, and all things North Florida sports. Cause we're Duval till we die.
All right, fancy hooligans. They say in life, you remember certain things. You remember big things. You remember Ali knocking out Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle.
Facts.
You remember the Patriots losing. You remember Miles Jack wasn't down.
Never down.
Never
down.
And ladies and gentlemen, you will remember this. Mega collaboration. The Avengers have assembled
It is
to
true.
defeat Thanos. This is Pigskin Dynasty, your podcast for all things Dynasty Fantasy Football. Giving you the motion with the sprinkle. Just a sprinkle of sports talks. I'm your host with the most, a.k.a. Host Malone, a.k.a. Host with a cinnamon toast, Matt Phillips. Alongside me is the newly crowned label Fantasy Leprechaun, Scott Whaley.
I like it. Actual leprechaun.
Mike, is your mic on?
My mic is on, yes.
Okay.
It is. But anyway, Scott, little big show today.
I know, we got
A
these
little bit
guys
different,
coming
yes. We got Duval till we die. Teal Tuesdays at 6 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. We're talking Flag on the Play.
What
the
it do?
podcast
What
that
the
talks
business
about
is.
Jags, all things Florida sports. To my left is the man, the myth, the legend, the real Black Panther. Talking about Anthony Rogers. How you doing, Anthony?
There it is. I'm all good, baby.
And to Scott's right is the city of Jacksonville wanted to name a street after him, but no one crosses this man and lives. I'm talking about Bud Lott. What's up, Bud?
Nobody crosses me. And you say he's more of a Black Panther. Me personally, I think he's more of a Killmonger. But that's a whole podcast for another.
That's a whole different podcast. I got one for it,
He's
though.
not wrong. Listen, come on.
Exactly. Sports.
All right,
Only.
well, I want to say, Scott and I want to say thank you for coming on to this mega collaboration. We're going to be going on your guys' show quite soon, so we appreciate you guys teaming up with us. Now, we're a fantasy football podcast. We want to talk about Jags fans as well, so we're going to go into that. But let's open up with, we like to talk about opening sports. So the big news right here is to talk about LeBron, not LeBron.
The Late Show, baby.
LeBron, L.A. Bron.
I'm so sick. Every show I go to, I try to get away from hearing LeBron.
Psych.
I have my show, which is majority football. Okay, he wants to bring LeBron. I go to a fantasy football show when I think I'm just going to talk strictly football, and now I'm sideswipe and more LeBron.
Psych.
I'm so
Psych.
I'm so sick.
That's major news, buddy.
I'm sick of this Laker Nation. Sick of it.
A couple years ago, a couple days ago, he signs a 4-year, $150+ million contract. Let's go with the Los Angeles Lakers. We all guessed this because his son committed to play high school basketball at a local LA high school. So it's not surprising that he signs. Scott, what's your thoughts on it?
Oh, this is great. This is great news for the NBA. This is great news for the Lakers. Great news for me as a Michigander for, Ohio suffering. That's the best news of all. Everything that goes bad for Ohio is just like, that's
Ohio,
almost
you
as good as
trash.
winning the Super Bowl. So
You trashed Ohio.
I ought to get a championship ring just for that.
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, being a Laker fan that I am.
I am a Laker fan. LA, baby.
Been a Laker fan
here we
since
go.
Magic.
Yeah.
I have been tooting the horn that LeBron is the greatest basketball player of all time.
Oh, okay.
So
Please stop. Stop yourself.
Stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
Thank you
Stop.
for
So,
that. Stop
as a Laker
yourself.
fan and feeling that he's the greatest basketball player of all time, I think it's amazing that we got him because we've been in the dumps for years. And even if you don't think he's the greatest player of all time,
He's
he
definitely
damn
Mount
sure
Rushmore.
top three.
Definitely Mount
So
Rushmore.
yeah,
He's definitely
so
Mount Rushmore.
you just put a top three. He's definitely one of the best, if not the best player in the league right now, and he on my team. So yeah,
It's pretty exciting. But
So people are saying that he's not going to be able to compete on this team. I have a different opinion. I think this team is every bit as good as that last team who was in Cleveland, if not better.
I agree. I like Brandon Ingram a lot, and I think that LeBron is the type of talent that opens up the court for other players. And so,
What's killing me with y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Not you, because you hate everything Ohio. But once again, it's fun times in Cleveland today. Cleveland. Nobody wants to stay in Cleveland. He's from Cleveland, and he doesn't even want to stay there. That's a damn shame. I feel
Cleveland
sorry
is
for them.
trash, though.
Is Cleveland trash?
It's pretty much high.
Who wants to visit Cleveland?
no one.
Nobody.
I went from Michigan to Niagara Falls, Buffalo, New York, and
You
we drove
drove
through
around?
Canada because I didn't want to go.
That's
Makes
a damn
sense.
shame.
It's trash.
Anyways, but that's also the big sign the Lakers have. They also signed Rajon Rondo to kind of complement
Boo.
the Lonzo Ball 20
Lance
guard.
Stevenson.
Oh yeah.
That's-
So
that's nasty.
yeah. I'm about to say
Welcome to Ball is on.
Halitosis is a real thing.
we
guys.
dunking on cats and we blowing in their ears. That's what's up.
Anyways, as a Lakers fan, I just want to point out that I've always been critical of Lonzo Ball because I don't like his father to begin with. But
So why are you critical on Lonzo?
just listen. It's the thing. So I need Lonzo Ball to develop a consistent 3-point shot because I don't think if he doesn't, I don't think he can play it on the same court as LeBron James. If he develops a consistent 3-point shot, get that perimeter game going, LeBron will just complement him perfectly, and they can make great things.
I don't think that's happening. You got to
That
trade
happened this
Lonzo.
year.
Yeah, you got to trade Lonzo. Lonzo can't shoot, and although he is a classic point guard,
Who's gonna
that
want Lonzo? Nobody's gonna trade for Lonzo.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. like-
First and foremost, Lonzo daddy not gonna let y'all trade Lonzo. So all this Lonzo stuff, Ball is on. Y'all might as well calm down with all that.
I feel like it's up to Magic, but they got to keep the young core together. Brandon Ingram, Lonzo. I think I would have kept Julius Randle, but they let him go. Kuzma. I don't like the Rondo signing because Rondo can't shoot. LeBron needs shooters because when they come down, they're gonna like the teams that ball like the Warriors and all them. They get up because they shoot threes. That's all they do. So if you down by 6, now you down by 9, now you down by 12, now you down by 15 because all they doing is shooting threes. And we don't have any shooters, and Rondo can't shoot.
But they got a bunch of kids. You need some dogs in that locker room.
Listen,
I agree.
Yeah.
When was the Lakers? You remember the 2000s, the triangle offense. What's the triangle offense built around? Derek Fisher type point guard. That's exactly what Rajon Rondo is. He's a pass first, defensive player first. He doesn't shoot the ball just like Derek Fisher. But that's what I think the Magic's trying to build that triangle offense that they do great things. And they just need to get a complement of center. They need
Matt,
a
you're from
center.
California, right?
I am.
You remember when it was Lakers versus Sacramento in the Western Conference Finals?
Whoever.
I was going for Sacramento.
Yeah,
by the way.
I was not. And remember they
I was
gave
still in diapers.
yeah. Thanks again, Scott, for making me feel old.
Damn, yeah.
But
we are old as hell.
regardless of how old I was at the time in middle school, I want
He
to
had
point
a
out
full
the
beard
fact
then.
I did have a full beard. But I'm going to point out that they gave us a little extra seconds on the clock, and Derek Fisher made that shot to take us to the finals or whatever, right? Rajon Rondo can't make that shot.
Well,
That's my problem with the Rondo signing. He's definitely a driving point guard. He can dish the rock, but he can't make jumpers. So who on this team is going to make jumpers?
Well,
Well, who were they gonna get? There's nobody there. They got Rondo for 1 year. It's a relatively cheap contract, and he's won championships before.
That's true. My Kyle Korver.
I hate to burst this whole Laker love fest, but the real deal is this. I hate to burst your Warriors in 3. You're not beating
I
the
hate you.
Warriors.
I hate you.
I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Yes, LeBron needs shooters. He has no shooters around him, so y'all are pretty much screwed.
Why trade all the young pieces away? Just wait this year out. Get Clay next year. You got a shooter for free. You don't have to give up anything.
Agree.
You can
Everybody-
go get Kawhi.
Everybody keeps saying go get Kawhi, get Klay Thompson, back the Brinks truck up, and bring light skin to
Because you hurt the
LA.
Warriors and you make your team
Because people
better.
forget-
Plus, Luke Walton was the coach.
Right.
People forget that they can't sign all those players they have. And
Right.
One of them wants a big contract. One of them's got to go. So
And wrong again. You can sign all those players if you're the Warriors.
speaking
Yeah,
of,
because they're all signed for like $12.50 an hour and tip.
Just to play in Golden State. I
speaking
guess
of the Warriors, they just signed Boogie
Come on,
Cousins.
man.
This is
Over
the
that.
most overrated storyline.
I know,
That's
but
insane how
they
it's
practically
overrated.
have the All-Star team practically for the Western Conference
So
right there.
is Boogie even gonna play the first
coming-
6
right.
games? The first 6 months or whatever? Because like his knees still or Achilles
His
is still
Achilles,
messed
yeah,
up
towards
or whatever.
Achilles. He's always been a locker room problem everywhere he went. He could totally just
He
screw
can-
this dynasty up.
yeah, you're right. He could.
Here's the
Yeah, he
only
could
thing
mess it
that-
up.
Here's the only thing that scares me about this, especially as a Laker fan and being in the Western Conference. For whatever reason, the Warriors are the Patriots now. So whenever people go there, they change their whole attitude. They get in line with the system
Yep,
and they just
and they
play
win
along with it
championships.
because they just want to win championships. Boogie Cousins should not have signed anywhere in the NBA, hurt or not, for $5.3 million. That's trash. He is too good of a player for that.
What about the Lakers? I guess the Lakers had the opportunity to sign him to the same
I
contract.
heard Boogie said that nobody called him but the Warriors.
I see, once again, no matter what show we do, no matter what universe we're in, I always have to correct you, HB. Golden State are not the Patriots because you know what? Golden State does not cheat. Miles Jack wasn't down.
Trash. The refs show looked like they was cheating in the finals
Oh,
versus LeBron.
here we go.
Huh? That was not a freaking block. It was a charge, and you know it.
Doesn't matter. They still would have lost that series.
Thank you.
Man, you never know though. If J.R. Smith wasn't on
LeBron
crack,
is
Here we
good.
go.
LeBron is good.
What you mad at J.R. Smith for?
If he wasn't on crack and messed up that last play,
Here we go.
and if they didn't call that block, they win that game 1. That's the whole different emotion.
So
in the series.
let me get this straight. Someone goes out way in the territory of a lion, and a lion eats them. It's like, well, damn, why that lion ate that person? J.R. Smith do something crazy as hell. What the hell y'all mad at J.R. Smith for? For going J.R. Smith? He do what J.R. Smith do. What you mad for?
I'm with him on this one.
That's what J.R.
J.R.
do.
Smith has been doing this his whole career.
His whole career.
You remember
Like,
the
he's
Knicks?
doing this.
You remember the Knicks?
The Nuggets.
Exactly. What y'all mad for?
J.R. Smith, you
He's
ought to
the
be
best
ashamed of
trash
yourself.
trash shot shooter in the league.
Cause you know what J.R.
He do
Cause you
make
know
a
what
lot of
J.R.
trash.
not drinking. J.R. doesn't drink water or Gatorade. J.R. drink Henny when he goes to the sideline. So don't get mad at J.R. Cause he always drunk on that Henny. Please
Yo,
leave J.R. Smith alone.
I feel like
He would
LeBron.
drink Remy as an option.
Yeah, I'm telling you, LeBron quit after J.R. Smith didn't take that shot. Cause just put it back up. When he didn't take that shot and he was dribbling out, it was like, I thought we had the lead.
Oh my God!
LeBron was like, all right, I'm done.
You
I'm
are
going to
so
LA.
getting on my nerves. He told y'all I was looking for Kyrie, and then LeBron was like, Kyrie don't play for us no more. Well, damn, my bad, bro. That's what happened.
That might actually be true.
Yeah, knowing J.R. Smith, that actually might have happened.
I have no argument with that.
Okay, well, that was our basketball talk today. Other big sporting event is the World Cup. Anthony, this year you're more of a soccer player than I am. So we got Belgium and France. We got England and Croatia on the
I was
other
wondering if you're
side.
gonna get that right.
I've been studying.
I thought he was gonna say Brazil.
Exactly. Brazil.
So, I'm gonna let my buddy Anthony HP talk about this. Okay.
I'm gonna say this. Okay, so number one, craziest World Cup ever because like
All the big
teams
favorites
are like just trash or whatever. Number two, England, for all the England fans out there, all one of y'all that's watching. If you don't win the cup now, you're never winning the cup.
Yeah.
Like this might be the worst team they've had in the past 4 World Cups.
But it's
This
their
is the
best
furthest they
opportunity,
got.
right? Yeah, it's
You
their
are
best
so disrespectful
opportunity.
to England. What have the King's country ever done to you?
The King's country, the Queen.
The Queen's country.
Taxed us without
The
representation.
Queen's country.
Tax you without representation. We have no representation for a whole nother 160 years. But that's on, bro. Listen, but yeah, man. I think it's been a good World Cup overall. But I just really am shocked that like the outcomes of the games, like Belgium beating Brazil the other day, was bananas.
Neymar like flopping like this. So.
Flopmar, he trash. Listen, let me tell you something about soccer real quick. This is why, like, I'm into soccer. It's my favorite sport. But I've been into soccer since my granddad took me to a World Cup game back in '94 in Orlando. It was hot as balls, by the way. But that being said, that's what got me into soccer. But soccer is never going to get popular in America because of stuff like that. Because when Neymar is, like, laying on the ground and the guy comes pick up the ball and he rolls all across the whole field, come on, bro. We're not really with all that stuff here, man.
What you
What
meant?
about the NBA?
Yeah.
Oh my man, $100 grand. Because I was just about to say that. You get mad because Neymar looking crazy when somebody pick the ball up, but I'm not mad when LeBron James going down the field. Going down the court, and you see somebody shoot him like Ricky off Boys and Hood. Ricky,
Like
boom, and get all like that.
It's Anthony and me and you guys. It's like perfect.
I prefer it being right and wrong, but that's a story for a whole nother
That's
show.
what's up. But I just want to say that flopping in the NBA was started by Dwayne Wade. So yeah.
No. It started with Shaq back in the day when he kept his feet up. Remember Kevin Hart thing? Like whoa!
Once again, you both are wrong. Flopping started with Vlade, third world, baby. Vlade Divac, third world. That's what
Third
it's
world. I bet Vlade Divac's super excited about Croatia doing that. He's like all of these years and we could not do these things and now the
you're
Croats.
talking about?
Vlade Divac.
Wasn't the guy that headbutted? No, that was Don.
Oh, you don't know who Vlade Divac is?
Oh my God!
Listen,
I
Flag
feel
family,
Flag
everybody
family.
that's tuning in
See,
with Pigskin Dynasty.
we were on the
we with
same
these young bucks.
Oh my God!
He don't know who Vlade Divac is. I'm gonna have to school these young cats.
And y'all-
Sky has literally made me feel old since I've been over
Y'all
here.
should have saw the glimmer in Sky eye. Scott was like, "Who's Vlade?" And I'm like, third world. He was like,
I'll have you
"No,
know.
I
sir."
don't know who he is.
I have you know he was in Space Jam.
Vlade was in
Oh,
Space Jam.
he was that tall one.
Yeah, he was the one who was like, why they not steal my powers? They were like, because you suck, Vlade. Why they steal your powers?
See, you bring up Space Jam. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was in Space
Scott,
Jam.
you barely know what Space Jam is.
Yo,
Barely.
everybody out there on Flag Family, we appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all check out Pigskin Dynasty on a regular basis, as well well as y'all checking out Flag on the Play. But I want to say that Scott earlier today when we were talking before production, he said that his first Super Bowl that he remembers is 1998. 97. I'm sorry.
Season was played in 98.
98. Packers versus Broncos. Flat family. I was in 7th grade. And I remember the
I was born in 92.
I about to say I remember the 1989 49ers versus Bengals Super Bowl. So I'm old as dirt. And Scott just made me feel like that. Also, his house is nicer than ours.
Y'all,
So that's a thing,
y'all
too.
don't understand. We come over here to do these shows together, and we walk in. I'm literally looking. Somebody came up to me. They putting on makeup, all this bright light.
It's
Because
crazy.
you're gonna be on live.
Somebody
you're gonna be
passing out
live.
water.
They're
There's
passing out
apparatuses
water.
I don't understand.
This is crazy. And then not only
Krispy Kreme over
Krispy
here.
Kreme donuts, and now we get told we're old as hell. So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's like
I
they're
didn't
doing
see
an
that coming.
outreach
On the bright
program.
side, that makeup is kind of covering your crow's feet up.
Yeah,
a bit.
because I had bags like this. I was looking real rough.
He ain't
before
got no
the makeup.
crow's feet. He black. It don't crack.
All right, so leading up into that, we're going to talk about just a little bit of NFL news. So the big news for fantasy was Aaron Jones for the Green Bay Packers got suspended two games from an incident stemming from last year. Fantasy relevant, Scott, you are a leprechaun. Tell us about it.
Well, he got pulled over by the police with marijuana possession. That's what this
The
suspension-
sticky icky.
That's what this suspension comes from. It's not a PED or anything, although he is bulking up, so there's a concern there. He's a smaller guy bulking up. I don't like that already for fantasy perspective. And then on top of that, he's got this 2-game suspension, so that opens the door for Jamal Williams to come in and dominate the backfield, take this job over. Or even Ty Montgomery, who's looked really good in spots. Now he gets injured, he gets banged up. So I think Williams is going to be the bell cow type guy. Ty Montgomery will get carries, but he'll also work as a wide receiver. So with this news, if you can, I would buy Jamal Williams. Or I could sell him too. So it just depends on how the league perceives it, because ultimately this backfield after this season is going to go through some change. Not one of these guys is going to be a long-term workhorse guy for the Packers. So if somebody's going to give you something worthwhile and you're not competing for this year, I'll sell. If you are a contender, then I'll go acquire Jamal Williams.
You want to say something?
See, that's what's gonna make this show so dope. Matt and Scott, they're gonna teach me fantasy because, ladies and gentlemen, I've never played fantasy ever in my life, and they're gonna school me in the ways of fantasy. And after all that stuff you just said, my only issue was Ty Montgomery. You're not really a running back because I don't like your jersey number.
Yeah.
That's what I got out of that.
I'll
jersey
put back
number.
off that if you want to bring in the regular sports part of it or whatever. The Packers got to get it together because every year they're perennial. We're a great team. We're going to Super Bowl contender. They're not, because how are you going to be a Super Bowl contender and one of your running backs is a wide receiver and the other one a dope boy? So it's not happening. You draft a running back, Packers, and not just draft a running back. Draft a legit running back. Like draft somebody who can play ball.
I don't think they even need a draft running back. They just need to build that defense because you have the greatest offensive talent I've ever seen in my life in Aaron Rodgers, who are, unfortunately will never be considered the top tier because of the Super Bowls, but he's definitely on the Mount Rushmore in my opinion of quarterback. But
He's one of the greatest ever, man. He's really good.
If they just get the franchise build a defense around him, Aaron Rodgers can take that team to the Super Bowl.
There's one problem with the Packers. They don't have an owner. All their
I was
problems
just about
stem
to
from
say
not
that.
having an owner.
Their
They don't have
problem
the
goes
money
back.
capital
They're
to
the
spend on
only old
Brady.
school football franchise left, which they don't freaking buy free agents.
Yeah.
They don't
Well, they
freaking.
can.
They don't.
Yeah, they
don't-
can.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't have the owner.
I don't even think they draft big time players. And I think they do it on purpose. Like if you think of the Packers drafts for the last 10, for me, 15 years.
Who's blowing your way?
Yeah, what Packers pick blows you away? And I know they always
Clay
pick,
Matthews is the only one I can think of.
Clay Matthews was pretty dope.
and
That was
that's
a good pick.
because he went to USC.
Boom.
Right.
But but he was a very nondescript, average like linebacker type draft pick. I know the Jags were looking at him too when they drafted him, and I was like, I don't know about Clay Matthews. It's not like he's like a splash player. When is the last splash player the Packers drafted? Which was Aaron Rodgers, and that was by dumb love.
And that was by
the
dumb love.
24th, 25th overall
Yeah, because he
pick.
kept dropping, and it
Right.
would have been stupid not to draft him.
Yeah.
So at this point, like the Packers got to get it together. You're right; they need a true owner. The whole "I don't have an owner" thing is dumb because you're never gonna. Luckily, they just happen to draft really well, and their players they
Which is
develop
pretty
them,
dope
but
that they
You're
draft
never
well.
gonna be a Patriots or a Jags or a Texans or a Cowboys or any of those teams because those
Cowboys
teams
suck at drafting too. So don't even
but that's what I was going to say. But they're
Y'all got an offensive line fight.
all those teams. Some of them suck at drafting, but they're all willing to spend money in free agency to fill holes. The Packers don't do that.
Cowboys don't do that either.
If the Packers sign a free agent running back this year, they're really good.
Yeah. No, they just need to beat up that. To me, they got to beat up that secondary because you don't need a stud running back right now when you have Aaron Rodgers. You just need. That's why I think Ty Montgomery will be a Super Bowl bat because. No, boom, screen pass, done. Ty Montgomery's a receiver. He can do his thing. Boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Then when Jamal and Aaron was just there to complement the running game, which is great. Now Jamal Williams probably get more touches, more opportunities, but you don't need a stud running back if you're the Packers. You just don't need it, in my opinion. But
I just think you need a run game at the end of the day. Eventually, especially when it gets down to playoff time, I think you need that. We got the lead. We need to run this time.
I'm with Matt though. Aaron Rodgers is really good. So
Aaron Rodgers is a grown man. Don't get it
Rodgers
twisted.
can just run it.
he probably catch it too.
Yeah, because he is unlike Tom Brady with your no hands having ass.
Hey.
Anyways, but
Tom Brady to go.
just to piggyback on what Scott said from the fantasy's perspective. So Jamal Williams gets a huge burst. He was already kind of in the lead to begin with last year because Aaron Jones did get injured and Jamal Williams was kind of taking it over. Now with Aaron Jones being gone for 2 games, I don't think Ty Montgomery is going to be the workhorse running back as he was in the previous years. I think he's going to be more of that slot receiver. And I think it's Jamal Williams all the way go, then play action, boom.
But Ty Montgomery's still going to get carries. They're still going to use Ty Montgomery all over the field. He proved himself to be a very capable running back, a very capable receiver. So he's going to be a weapon. He's going to be a factor in this offense. And even before the suspension, I've never been on Aaron Jones because I've never seen him as a clear cut. He's the number 1 guy. So he was the most expensive guy. I was looking elsewhere. I was looking at Ty Montgomery and Jamal Williams more so than Aaron Jones, just because I don't believe in the player's talent to begin with, and I don't think his hold on that number 1 job is very strong.
And if you're in fantasy football and you're drafting Ty Montgomery or Aaron Jones, you're in trouble anyways.
And to
So
tie
there you go.
and to tie back into fantasy and Green Bay, please explain to me how nasty would it have been if Green Bay would have drafted Alvin Kamara with Aaron Rodgers?
They don't know how to use them. They wouldn't even use them.
They wouldn't even know how to use them.
They wouldn't know how to use them.
That's true. They wouldn't know.
Alvin
They wouldn't know.
Kamara was in a premier situation in that offensive mind that they use him with the Packers. They wouldn't use because they kind of have a similar like it's not Kamara-like, but in Ty Montgomery, who's kind of similar in terms of catching the ball. They still don't use Ty Montgomery the way Kamara does. So it's Kamara. A lot of people didn't know Kamara was going to be Kamara in this draft. So I mean, it was in a great situation. It's kind of like Kareem Hunt. He was in a great situation. Spencer Ware got injured. Then Andrew Reid just used Kareem Hunt. So a lot of people.
First of all, Kamara was one of my favorite running backs coming out last year, so I knew a little bit about Kamara, but I didn't expect him to know
He's a fantasy
to do
leprechaun.
as well as he did.
I
But the
knew-
big thing with the Packers, and the reason why I say they wouldn't use him, is Aaron Rodgers gets off script probably more than he is on script. That's one of the
90%.
big things with Aaron Rodgers is he makes plays, and they're great, but he comes off script so many times it
runs out of
hurts his
pocket.
team.
Yeah.
It hurts his team.
Once you're out of the pocket, your running backs are basically done unless they're
Worthless.
running down the
Unless
field.
they're
And they shouldn't be running down the
they
field
should
at
be
that point.
blocking.
They should be blocking,
They should be
right?
blocking,
So yeah, I knew that Kamara was from Tennessee, so I disregarded him because Tennessee is trash.
Peyton Manning.
He was also at Alabama before
Jason
Tennessee.
Witten.
Yeah.
Jason Witten.
All things Tennessee are trash. Period. And so is Alabama.
Oh, this is a Jaguar thing. I'm following
Yeah.
you now.
I'm about to say that, Scott. Not only is it a Jaguar
Tighten
thing,
up.
it's a Gator thing too. Because people from Tennessee just eat mayonnaise.
What do you got
and-
beef with the Tennessee Volunteers for?
I'm a
You
Gator.
dominate them. You dominate them.
I'm a Gator.
That ain't
so-
no rival anymore.
Hey,
We dominate Vanderbilt. I hate them too.
hate them too.
Don't jiggle your keys at me no more, Vanderbilt. You know what I'm talking about. I
Yeah,
explained that to y'all.
yeah,
after
That's
the
just
show.
because Vanderbilt's smart.
That's a whole
Yeah.
nother story.
That's a
Ladies
whole
and
nother
gentlemen,
story.
if y'all, we either we're gonna tell you later or Google why Vanderbilt jiggle their keys at the end of on sporting
Football
events.
games,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty rough.
It's pretty rough. And I went to University of Florida, so I personally experienced a lot of SEC hatred. And yeah, y'all trash. If you ain't a Gator, you must be bait.
So the
Were
last.
you an Urban Meyer recruit?
Wait a second.
I'm guessing no.
Again, Scott making me feel old because actually I was there when Coach Zook was there. So
Well, I was going to say if you're an Urban Meyer recruit, then I was going to say you probably spent some time in jail.
Oh snap!
Two things I want to say.
in jail with a ring.
Before we go on to the next fantasy topic, I just want to point out, it's like, how come it feels like we're the Get Out family and they're kind of like
Rose, the keys.
I love it. I love
The keys, Rose.
The keys. Rose the keys.
Anyway, so the last fantasy topic before we talk about Jags and Jags fantasy is I want to talk about, it's big news, Patriots related too, so they're going to have something to say. Julian Edelman, Peel got denied. He is officially suspended.
See, that's messed up.
Cordell Patterson.
Why would he set us up like that to say we have something to say? Us? Me? Say something bad about the Patriots? Never.
If you're watching this on Matt's and Scott's podcast, Pigskin Dynasty, and you ever listen to FOTP, you would know that every week since we started, we say Miles Jack wasn't down, and we also say Tom Brady was trash, and we say shout out to my boo Alexa Bliss. Boom, even got it in here. The streak continues.
God.
But you're like, I'm super happy that it was upheld and he's still getting suspended. Number one, the Patriots ain't nothing but a bunch of cheaters, and I'm not even saying that as a hater. Their reputation precedes them, so they aren't legit or whatever. Now, Tom Brady's a really good quarterback, but that don't mean that they ain't cheating. And second of all, or whatever, who cares? It don't matter. The Patriots still gonna win their first 5 games. Well, not the one to the Jags.
Easy
Not the
there.
one to the Jags,
Yeah,
but they still gonna win
say.
their first 5 out of 6 games anyways. Listen, when people get hurt or somebody leaves the Patriots or whatever, we're always like, oh my God, they're going to be in trouble. And then they win every game. Who cares, bro? I'm not getting hyped about that.
It's a machine. I hate to burst everybody's bubble. The Patriots will not stop being the Patriots until Tommy Brady go sits his ass down somewhere and then wait for, I'm going to say Belichick too, but the only problem is with that Belichick thing. If Belichick would have kept Jimmy G, then that thing would have really kept moving.
Yeah,
thank you, Tom Brady, and thank you, Robert Kraft, for trading Jimmy G.
Yeah.
We appreciate
That wasn't a Belichick.
That wasn't a Belichick thing. That definitely was not a Belichick.
That's
thing.
a poor mistake on the Patriots.
Awful
part.
mistake.
You don't let that guy go.
I don't know.
Well,
I mean, you won 5 Super Bowls. Like, just hold on to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think they would have gave Jimmy G away if they didn't firmly believe Tom Brady was going to play to his mid-40s. So that's besides the point. But from a fantasy perspective, I own Julian Edelman. He was my wide receiver 4 going in there. So it affects me a little bit.
Team, as
Everybody
you can
hates
see,
Matt.
team
It's
petty
like
over here, baby. Team
No,
petty.
he's upset because he traded me Julian Edelman and I beat him in the championship a couple years back. But besides the point, if you have Julian Edelman in a redraft league, to me it's not worth keeping him because he's out for the first quarter of the season.
Yep.
Try to drop him. Try to get some other value in him. But in a dynasty league like this podcast is all about, obviously keep him. He's getting up there in age. You can't get any more value in anyways with him, so you might as well just keep him. If you're in a tight end premium like us, I'm moving Julian Edelman down as my wide receiver 4, and I'm putting Jordan Reed back into behind Zach Ertz to complement
Until
my
week
roster.
3 when he gets a concussion.
Until he gets in concussion. Yeah. But hopefully that's after week 4. But other than that, from the fantasy perspective, I think Chris Hogan's going to get a big boost. He was already killing it.
I was going to say, just get another player from their back. You just get their 6th-string receiver.
also-
He'll get all the catches.
Chris Hogan, I
Cordell
think,
Patterson.
Yeah.
Come and volunteer.
Yeah.
Oh God.
he talks about Alexa Bliss like as a streak. He talks about Cordell Patterson.
Every show. Dude, he's going to have a fantasy relevant season.
One day. But anyways, so Chris Hogan boost. I think Malcolm Mitchell's going to get a boost. And maybe if Cordell Patterson somehow finds the offense, he might have a small boost. But to me, Chris Hogan's a big one.
You're forgetting the number 1 name here, Matt.
Oh, Rob Gronkowski.
Nope,
Sorry.
Jordan Matthews.
Jordan Matthews. Oh, no.
He's going to be the slot guy.
Because-
he's going to be the one replacing.
Wait, Jordan Matthews. See, I think Jordan Matthews and Tom Brady is kind of scary though.
It really. I like Jordan
kinda
Matthews
scary.
as a wide
Jordan
receiver.
Matthews is a damn good player, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real. Fantasy wise, but as far as like him being like a damn good football player,
I wanted him in the draft when he was coming out.
yeah, and I would say that Tom Brady would boost his fantasy stats because Tom Brady
would boost
anybody's stats, right?
Anybody.
So Jordan Matthews with Tom Brady, I wouldn't
Here's my
be mad
one
at that.
thing about Jordan Matthews. That
What college did you go to?
He went to
Vanderbilt.
University of Massachusetts.
He went to Vanderbilt.
Jing, 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 jing. Random keys,
Yeah,
baby.
he's
Random
way-
keys. Vanderbilt.
He's way smarter than me, but he's also a loser.
Here's my one thing. Here's the one thing about Jordan Matthews that I'm just hesitant on is that target share. Okay, as a for fantasy perspective, for my receivers, I'm all about the targets. Okay, so look at the New England. You got all those running backs that are going to take targets. You got Rob Gronkowski, you got Chris Hogan, and if Malcolm Mitchell's knee stays healthy, you got Malcolm Mitchell, who was killing it in the rookie season when they won that Super Bowl. So that's my only concern with Jordan Matthews. He's coming from a new team. This is his first year on learning a new offense. That's why I'm only concerned about Jordan Matthews. I want to see it first before I'm all in on the hype. But that's the only thing.
Besides
I want
Gronk, is he not the best receiver on that squad though?
Speaking fantasy wise, guys, how do you guys feel about that running back from Georgia that just got drafted by the Patriots? I can't think.
He loves him.
Sony Michel.
Sony Michel,
Yeah.
yeah.
He loves him. I'm iffy on him.
So
If he on Sony Michel,
So-
I think Sony Michel's gonna be damn good for that.
Yeah.
I think
I
he's
wanna-
be good for the Patriots coming out as a talent. I wasn't a big fan of him. I thought he's a little overrated.
What?
Coming out, yeah.
Well,
But
coming in.
he's a big fan. He goes to the Patriots. He's gonna score points. He's gonna score touchdowns. So he's gonna be relevant.
My only-
But it's gonna be like Patriots backfield is gonna be hit and miss.
So,
Okay.
So I compared Sony Michel when he first came out when I was just scouting him.
No.
As
No.
Camara
This is
like.
no.
Camara.
Kamara like?
Yeah.
Oh
closer than
man,
That's high praise.
No,
that's pretty dope. If you think Kamara
Listen,
like, that's
no.
pretty dope.
Now, I did not like who he got drafted because if you look at it, they still have Rex Burkhead. They still have James White. They still have Mike Gillislee, who was a healthy scratch, but he was killed in the first half of the season. And remember, Deion Lewis, who is supposed Sony Michel was supposed to replace Deion Lewis, who went to
Pittsburgh?
Tennessee. He went to Tennessee.
I'm not saying Tennessee again.
He was supposed to kind of like fill that void, but Deion Lewis didn't really start heating up until like midway through the season. So that backfield is scary to predict because Bill Belichick, Mike Gillislee, for example, touchdown for the first 2 weeks. Then he healthy scratch. He benched him. So there's something about it. And plus, Sony Michel, if he doesn't keep hands on the ball, Bill
She had
Belichick.
fumbling
it.
problems in college.
Bill Belichick does not like fumbles, so that's one thing I'm concerned
Belichick's
about.
known for benching
And
good
also
players.
one thing to note for anyone that's doing a redraft league, it's something to consider. He has bone on bone in his left knee apparently.
Damn.
So that's something. It's a ticking time bomb. It could be healthy. The Patriots draft him, so I'm assuming it's good. But that's something to consider, guys.
Yeah.
It's like Jay Ajayi. So just something. One bad knee to the knee could be done for his career.
Well, he
so.
might get 3, 4, 5 good years out of it. They said
'Cause
that
that-
about Miles Jack,
'cause you
and
gotta-
he still wasn't down.
That's the bone on bone thing. When you draft somebody, you're not really planning on them getting a second contract. I just want to run that thing,
Yeah.
that first contract,
So
and
they'll-
after that, bye.
What?
See you later.
If you like Scott, sell high.
Yeah.
Has a great season, sell because you're in dynasty. The roster size is 35 strong.
Right.
So if you're in dynasty, you're keeping the player, sell high, get some draft picks. Now this draft class isn't exciting. In 2019, there's a bunch of B-rated quarterbacks and
Yeah.
receivers. But 2020, looks to be an interesting prospect. So try to sell high, get some 2020 draft picks, and go on from there. Anything you want to add to that, Scott?
Well, the bone on bone is just a report that came out. I don't believe it's true that since the Patriots did draft him in the first round,
They probably lied and made
it
it
may
up.
have been some smoke
Yeah.
going
If it-
on
yeah.
to try to hurt his stock a little bit. Maybe set up by the Patriots.
Yeah.
Ain't no maybe. That sounds like a Patriot move.
I just Jay Ajayi was going to be a high draft pick. He had bone on bone in his knee. Then he filled it a 5th round. So Sony Michel goes in the 1st round. I'm no longer concerned about a bone
There
on
you
bone
go.
knee issue.
Yeah, I mean, if Patriots drafted Sony Michel, they're confident that it's not going to be a big deal. But it's something to consider if you're going to invest.
Right. There
in
might be
rookie draft.
something there. I just don't
Okay.
think it's to the extent of Jay
But
Ajayi.
other than that, that's it for pretty much for our fantasy. It's been a slow month, but we're gonna go into talk Jags. Let's talk Jags. We're gonna play Jag podcast. We're Jags fans. We live in Jacksonville. Let's talk about Jags. So let's open it up.
Who's going to be the quarterback this year?
You know what, Scott? I ain't got time for that.
Oh man, I'm telling you, Scott is over here just tearing you up on this
You know
on this
what?
show,
No,
man.
That's fine because you know what? 5 will come through. I see you, boo, or whatever. I'm
Lady-
just saying, you need to have confidence in Blake this year because he's going to have confidence in himself. And the last time we seen Blake Bortles with confidence, he threw for like 5,000 yards. So
Garbage time.
Oh no, the garbage time thing. Again.
Ladies and gentlemen, what y'all don't understand, Pigskin Dynasty family, if y'all haven't know, there is not a more better love affair than HB and 5.
I do love me some 5.
So much love.
Okay, but speaking of that, we're gonna find out how if Bortles is the real deal this year because I think defense is gonna load up the box. They're gonna stop Fournette. They're gonna make Bortles beat them. So
I dare you. I double dog dare you to do that
so,
on 5.
so we're going to see the man-on-man coverage, and we're going to see if the receivers are good. We're going to see if DJ Chark, Marquise Lee, D.D. Westbury, see if they're the real deal, too.
Donte
They're gonna have-
Moncrief.
They're going to
Oh God!
Wait a minute. Whoa, time out. Are you telling me you like Donte Moncrief
My
fantasy
favorite
wise?
receiver never on this team. Number
Oh,
one
hell
on this
no,
team.
Scott.
This is why. This is my dude. We're gonna start our own show because I'm sick of HB, and we're gonna start a new show.
I don't like Scott anyway.
I'm gonna say,
love it.
I'm cool with doing the show with Matt because I'm sick of Donte Moncrief crap too. It's
Scott-
not listen.
Scott-
Donte Moncrief has yet to show me anything or whatever,
I
right?
got 2 reasons why.
Get
Go
him,
ahead,
get
Scott.
him,
Give
get
me
him,
the
Scott,
reasons.
get him.
2 years ago, when Andrew Luck was healthy, he broke his scapula against the Broncos week 2. So he played the rest of the season injured. He didn't break out. Last year, he was healthy. Andrew Luck was not. So his luck and Luck's health have not coincided together in the same season.
So you think
which is why
you think
got
Blake
him for
Bortles?
a bargain.
Blake Bortles.
You leave 5 alone. He got nothing to do with
Hey,
this.
Blake Bortles fed Allen Robinson for 1,400 yards and
There you
14
go.
touchdowns.
Blake can do it.
Look
The
at
problem
Scott
with
spitting
garbage
facts.
It's
Oh
garbage
my, I'm
time.
so sick of
It's
this
all
garbage time.
garbage time. And then here's
You
my
think Allen Robinson and Donte
Here's my
Moncrief
thing
are the
about Blake. If you look at Blake towards
Yes.
the end of the year last year, Blake had a whole bunch of good games, like back to back to back to back or whatever, right?
And that running game was helping him out.
Right, the running game helps. And like last year, we had I would say a B minus B level offensive line with getting Norwell and getting our offensive line more.
Oh, A
stout.
plus easy.
If they have an A plus, if Bortles gets time, he will kill you. He's an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
And you give an NFL quarterback time, they will beat you. I've been a Jag fan for a long time. And before we had this defense, we could not get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
And we used to get picked apart by the likes of like trash. I'm talking about hot garbage quarterbacks. Like freaking, McCown would pick us apart. Or like any other quarterback that was trash. So I have confidence that Blake can dish the ball around, especially with Austin Seferian Jenkins coming. It gives us an outlet.
My
in tight
bold
end
prediction:
wise.
tight end 1 for the season.
Yeah.
guys.
What?
No, I think Matt's right on that because the Jags, the
12
offense,
touchdowns, 12
the
touchdowns.
offense we run is an old school West Coast offense like they used to run in San Francisco, which is tight end heavy offense. The only thing we have, Mercedes, I can't run nor catch Lewis. for the
Wait a
last
minute.
150
Mercedes
years.
Lewis is one of the best offensive linemen in Jaguar history.
He also skipped you in line when you had Metro Diner.
Oh,
and he
my
can't
God.
catch.
When you
he
let
can't
the
catch
Mercedes
ball.
Lewis thing go?
Shouldn't have skipped me, bro. I hope you enjoy Green Bay. It's cold as hell. But that being
Tight
said,
end in Green Bay.
yeah, but I just think that Austin Seferian Jenkins is a better tight end than Mercedes Lewis, and it gives Bortles a escape hatch. But my thing is with the Donte Moncrief thing or whatever, right? I just don't see it. Like I don't see it. I don't see the talent. I don't see
He
it.
is 90 to 95% of the athlete Allen Robinson was.
Uh-oh.
But also a lot smaller.
He's the same size. He's
No,
6'2",
Dante
He ran a
Moncrief ain't no little
4.4.
dude.
He ran faster than
He is
Allen
fast.
Robinson.
He's fast. For the
He's
record,
big.
though, I've always been a Marquise Lee over Allen Robinson guy my damn self. But my thing about Marquise Lee, I guess I have to say
You
Scott's
and Dave
right.
Caldwell
Man.
got something in common there.
Well, see, I was gonna say
We got something in common.
I want to say this about Scott. Then I have to agree with him. Then I retract my last statement about Moncrief because I feel the same way about Marquise Lee. He wasn't healthy at first,
Dropped a lot
or
of
whatever.
balls. He still dropped a lot.
He dropped
He's
a
the
lot
white
of
tiger.
balls and stuff like that. Yeah, and then like Bortles playing well has never coincided with Lee, except that little stretch in the middle of the year last year for the Jags, and they were great. So I think that Marquise Lee would have, like you said, more touted coming out. Anyways, he was supposed to be top 2 pick if he would have came out the year before.
Can somebody explain
So-
to me how in the hell Marquise Lee went from a speedster to a damn possession wide receiver?
Because the Jazz couldn't play him over the top because we don't have anybody to play the slot. But now that we got Austin Seferian Jenkins, he can go over the top like he's supposed to.
I guess.
So, and then plus Keelan Cole
I was gonna
is
say
going
Keelan
to
Cole's
open it
probably
up.
better with
Yeah,
that
I'm about to say,
Exactly, Keelan
Keelan
Cole,
Cole's going to
exactly.
open it up better than either one of those guys. So Moncrief, that's another thing too. Moncrief is going to go over the top.
And they paid Moncrief $9 million, 100%
too
guaranteed
much
for
money.
one season.
Too much money.
I mean, I'd rather pay him $9 million for one season than pay a big contract to Allen Robinson.
That's true.
Yeah,
Allen
so-
Robinson can walk. You can eat rocks, bro.
Right.
Enjoy Chicago.
Especially with the way they built the
It's cold
team
up there,
around
too.
Yeah.
running
Damn
the ball,
right, it's cold
the
up there,
offensive
too.
Line.
Yeah.
And Austin Seferian Jenkins is going to have a major role in this offense. I don't think he's going to be
Yeah.
tight end 1 overall.
I
I don't
think
think
he's
this
not.
offense
Well,
is capable of producing a
what's-
tight end 1 overall. However, I
Wait
do
a
think he's going to
minute.
have a big
Listen,
season.
So what's the quarterback's best friend? Who's the closest to the ball besides the quarterback?
Okay, is Blake Bortles Tom Brady?
No, it's going to be the tight end. What complements a tight end game, a play action game? What complements a play action game?
I'm saying he's
A
going to have a
heavy
big
run
year.
offense.
He's going to have a
Boom.
big year. You're completely right on that. He's going to be a major role in this offense. He's just not going to be pushing for the tight end 1 overall.
I said it was a bold prediction.
I
Jags
got you.
had number
Bold
6. Jags had the
predictions.
number 6 ranked offense in the league last year with garbage. We didn't have
They
anything.
have the best offensive line in football.
You think so?
That's what everybody rates it.
Nah,
that's
I mean-
crazy.
No, but like a lot of numbers say the Jaguars had a hell of an offensive
Offensive
line.
line is a weird thing to
But they
rate
couldn't-
because there's no stats. So you have to look with your eyes, and I ain't see that.
I didn't see that either because they weren't able to run the ball when they needed to.
There you
based it-
go.
They based it off
Absolutely.
They based it off Pro Football Focus how,
Right.
how the offensive line ranks per position per their position.
Right.
So
Hey, shout out to Tony Baselli because me and you feel the same way about Pro Football Focus. Whatever.
You're so
it's like the
disrespectful.
NFL top 100.
Yeah,
It's better than top 100.
It is better than top 100.
There's certain elements to it, but at the same time, they don't know everybody's
Position,
job
who
on
you
that
supposed to be
job.
blocking, right? My thing about
They're guessing.
and when you rate an O line, O-line is like an old school rating system for me. You have to look with your eyes. And when I look with my eyes, I did not see a top 10 O-line last year.
They were good.
It's just like Scott said, they were really good. But, dude, when it's time to run the ball, like in the Patriots versus the championship, for the AFC championship, run the damn ball, man.
But see,
and we couldn't.
But see, that was the problem. We couldn't run the ball. That was our only issue. That really killed us because that's why we got nowhere. When we wanted to run the ball and we needed to run the ball, the Patriots were like, oh, we know y'all want to run the ball. You are not going to run the ball on us, and that's why we lost.
And if you're a good O-line,
one of the reasons
you're
we
supposed to be
lost.
able to impose your will. So I'm straight on
So
that.
that's why I'm firmly all in to see if Al Goodbarrel does, because I think they're going to try to stop that run and then see and make Big Bortles beat them.
he'll hit him over top with Cesarean.
So if Bortles can do that, I'm firm believe that Jaguars have a good shot to make the Super Bowl.
All right, so a big thing in fantasy football is handcuffing your starting running back. That's a starter, right? Mm-hmm. To handcuff him,
TJ Yeldon, baby.
which back are you guys picking?
TJ Yeldon.
Normally, I would say TJ Yeldon. This year, I would say Corey Grant.
See, I'm gonna keep riding with TJ. Go.
I'm with you, I'm TJ.
I think Corey Grant this year with this offense, and we'll see a little bit more when training camp start. We're running. By the way, Flag Family, I'm gonna try to get these guys to go out there, but they white, they need sunscreen. But I'm gonna go out to some training camp games so I can let you know.
I'm
what's
black.
really
I'm
going
black,
on.
and it's hot as hell. Why we gotta go to a damn training camp
I work on
game?
my tan, so let's
You
do
light
it.
skin, my brother, but
Shut up.
We'll see better when the training camp
Like
actually.
Milano.
Yeah. And we'll see better when training camp starts and we start seeing some of the plays and stuff like that. But all I've been hearing is that the focus is on Corey Grant this year. And Corey Grant is going to be our Darren Sproles. And I'm not talking about new Darren Sproles. I'm talking about old school Darren Sproles with the Chargers type Darren Sproles. And if they run that with Corey Grant, which you've seen a preview of it in the AFC Championship game, he's going to take over that spot from TJ, man. Because
See,
I
this.
disagree.
I disagree.
Me too.
I think,
Three disagrees.
I think Corey Grant will have a role. I think he'll be a change of pace guy. I think he'll get more play than TJ does when Yeldon is or when Fournette is healthy. But if Fournette goes out, TJ steps into the Fournette role, and then Corey Grant probably stays in the same role that he's going to have even with
pass
Fournette.
catching.
I
guy.
completely
He's
agree.
like- He's a Duke Johnson of that team. He's that type of player.
But see, here's my thing about TJ Yeldon, and this is me being an extreme Jag fan, right? He ain't got it. I don't care if he did have a decent year last year.
God.
He ain't got
I'm
it.
so sick of doing it.
When did the team actually have a
I think-
solid offensive line?
That's true.
He's
I
a
mean,
solid player.
Yeah,
He
TJ. Stop being so damn disrespectful to
If
TJ
you
Yeldon.
use him as a spellback, okay. But to me, with Fournette, that's why I would have drafted Sony Michel or Nick Chubb at that spot instead of who we drafted. But here's why.
You like Michelle better than Chubb?
Oh man, I
No.
kinda do. I kinda
Well,
like Sony Michel.
I'm okay with the Taven Bryan pick now, but I would.
Oh yeah, we killed that Taven
Yeah,
Bryan
I
pick
wasn't
when
really
it first
fan
happened. But
with it,
as
but
we
I'm okay
kind of
with it,
mellowed
whatever.
down and got out our
But
feelings, it was a
I
decent
would have
pick.
drafted one of those running backs because here's why: you already got 2-7, right? And he is a monster or whatever. But like Matt said, they're gonna crowd that box, man.
Yep.
They're gonna crowd that box, and 2-7 gonna get tired.
But see, this is why I'm trying to tell you: don't jump off the Yeldon bandwagon, because Fournette looks nice and all this other stuff, and your boy can run really fast 3-0. But I hate to burst your bubble. You know what coaches like? Guys who block on third down and
He
catch
can
the ball in the
block. Now,
backfield.
Yeldon is
And
a
that's
hell
what
of a blocker.
TJ Yeldon probably does that better than all of them, picking up blitzes and helping in the backfield that way.
That's one thing
I always called TJ Yeldon Le'Veon Bell light.
Yeah.
I always thought his skill set was very similar to Le'Veon Bell.
Never got the
If he could
opportunity.
ever get opportunity with a good offense and maybe drop a little bit of weight, I really thought he could produce in fantasy. He is a free agent this next summer, so I'm really excited and looking forward to where he goes in 2019.
Well, I hope so. That he's Le'Veon Bell, like, because I thought that when they drafted him too, I was like, oh, this is great. We got a freaking starting running back in the second round, but he just it never came to
He
fruition.
doesn't have that like killer mentality
Right.
that I feel like running backs need to have.
I don't
where
think he
they're
puts
gonna
his
drive
shoulders
and push
down
the ball.
enough.
Right.
He runs too upright.
Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of losing weight, Fournette is dropping weight, so that's
That's a huge thing for me.
huge.
I love it when running backs are losing weight.
Yeah.
He's going from 240 down to 225,
Which is
224.
ridiculous
He's
because
going to
he's
be
already a
insane this
monster,
year.
and
He's
last
good.
year he was the fastest running back in the NFL
Right.
several times.
Yeah,
And so-
fantasy wise, how do you guys feel about Fournette?
I wish he could catch the ball a bit more.
Okay.
He does catch the ball. He just doesn't look natural at it. He looks a little bit robotic, I think. But from fantasy perspective and even dynasty perspective, he's up there. You would have your big 4 or 5 guys. You know, the Camaras.
I'll drop him in the first round.
The
Okay,
David
okay.
Johnsons, the Gurleys, the Bells, and then he's very next, right after.
That fool caught every single. I looked this up, bro. He caught every freaking ball
Right.
all season
But use your eyes.
until the championship game when he's running into the end zone and he freaking whips on the ball that Bortles puts right on his hands.
Did he
Stretch
put it
your
right in his hands?
out.
Did he put it right in his hands?
Stretch your hands out and
Does
catch
he-
the ball and run in the end zone. Let's go.
Did he look natural with it, or did it look a little bit?
He looks awkward. He looks
It
awkward.
looks awkward. He
But
catches it, but it just
as long as
doesn't
you
look-
catch it, I don't care. Just catch the ball. Like it don't
there's
matter
some-
if you're
there's some
natural.
fluidity
Okay, if you
to
like
it.
bobble
Yeah,
it.
if you bobble it and you catch every
Massage it a
ball, you
little
still
bit.
catching every ball.
But see, once again, me being kind of new to this whole fantasy thing, I just think TJ Yeldon is going to get a lot of those catches out of the backfield. I personally think that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna start off trying to do the Corey Grant thing, and then
You really
because
think Corey
they're
Grant, huh?
old fuddy duddy football guys, freaking Dave Caldwell and Tom Coughlin, they're gonna end up going to TJ Yeldon because he looks more.
That's
like
what
a football player.
that's what I'm trying to tell you. The
Yeah.
Jaguars are going to be more of a Fournette, which is old school football, and TJ Yeldon, who picks up the blitz. That's why I
Well,
think
you
it's
listen
gonna
to
be
you listen to
Fournette
Matt and
TJ.
Scott on this one,
Oh,
guys, and
on-
pick up Safarian Jenkins and Moncrief.
So, but to go on to what how I base off running backs in fantasy, I base when I look at a running back, I base on the number of touches I'm expecting him to get.
Okay.
I still see Fournette's getting 15, 20
Okay,
touches.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
15 is
he-
very conservative.
Easily, yeah.
They going to run that thing down your throat with Fournette.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
see what you're
why
saying.
I have him in maybe 7, 6 area. I mean, I wouldn't like the
Right.
first round because despite the per workload, if he stays healthy, he's going to be
Yeah.
a stud. So
That
that's how I
offense
base
is going to
running back.
flow through Fournette.
I just hope he doesn't have a Ty Gurley sophomore year.
Oh no, I don't think that because it's still same offensive coordinator, still same offensive mindset. Todd Gurley was kind of going through an offensive
Yeah,
change.
There you go.
Change.
That's
Okay.
it. I
So,
personally
Jeff
agree.
Fisher will ruin your career, ladies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
gentlemen.
Jeff Fisher
And
will
Todd
ruin
Gurley
anything.
did say, "Thank God for Sean McVay on his breakout season." So Sean McVay plays a really
Yeah.
big part. In that
Again,
offense.
Jeff Fisher, hot Buddha garbage.
Right.
The
You're tr-
most overrated coach in NFL history.
You're
How did you keep
you're
a job?
trash. How, Sway?
How did you keep a
How?
job, Sway? May you forever dwell in obscurity, sir.
Well, let's continue on.
In Wyoming, wherever the
Sorry,
hell
yeah.
you are.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's Jaguar Tennessee hate right there. I'm sorry, y'all.
Continuing on to the you want to say?
No,
anything?
I still want to stay on the Jaguars.
No, I'm not. Continuing on the Jaguars, the train. So on Facebook, you guys been doing a little Mount Rushmore. Jalen Ramsey said it'd be my face, 4 different expressions of Mount Rushmore. So I want to do a little game. First game I want to do is each of us go through our Jags Mount Rushmore, okay? And then I want to do like a Mount Rushmore for just NFL players with guidelines of only can be one quarterback and has to be at least one defensive player. Then I want to do a fantasy Mount Rushmore.
I love that fantasy Mount Rushmore because once again, not really a fantasy guy. I want
I'm interested to see what yours is going to be.
I want to hear what's on the fantasy Mount Rushmore. Like, who are the greatest fantasy football players of all time? That's gonna be dope.
So
Okay.
it's gonna be pretty exciting. So let's just do the Jags Mount Rushmore because you guys kind of have like a Facebook debate on whose Mount Rushmore is. So Bud and Anthony, you guys can open it up.
Okay,
if you want
I'm gonna hit you with this. I got Freddie T.
Okay, that was number one.
I got Mark Brunell.
Awesome.
I got Big Bo,
Okay.
and I'm gonna end it off with Jay Smooth, Jimmy Smith. That's my Mount Rushmore.
to. Okay.
All right,
Any,
if I was
any
doing
disagreements on that?
yes, if I was doing it or whatever, Fred T, right?
Absolutely.
Big Bo,
Uh-huh.
for sure, right? And then after that, I'm gonna go with Jalen Ramsey because
No, not now.
here's why. Here's why. Regardless of the fact that he needs 7 more years or whatever, dude, that's a Hall of Fame cornerback. It's already.
I mean,
it's a Hall of Fame cornerback.
I love
bro.
King.
He's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
He's a Hall of Fame
years.
cornerback.
But I love King Ramsey
Okay,
the
so
first,
if you
and
don't
I
want
think
me
he's
put-
going to be a Hall of
if you
Famer.
don't
But
want me to-
right
if you don't
now,
want me to look into the future,
no.
then that's fine.
Thank you.
He
But-
tore his ACL. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Nah, dude, that dude.
He's a beast.
That dude's a beast.
Oh, and just for the record,
But-
he's coming in the best shape of his life right
yeah,
now.
that dude's a
And
beast.
he's
But-
been training.
so
he's
since
been
we're
in the
not predicting the future, which by the way I'm the Black Swami or whatever, but so
the
Fred,
Schwarm.
Fred, Big Bo, right,
yeah.
and then I would also go Jay Smooth. Okay, so that's all cool, and then I would put Tom Coughlin
Okay, I like that.
because
actually. I like Coughlin.
because he matters.
Man, you ain't telling me we can do coaches.
You know, we only
I
got
was just
two.
doing players.
You ain't like you was gonna put Jack Del Rio up there.
You always think you smarter than me. I hate when you do stuff like
you
that.
know, like I just Jimmy Smith. My thing about Mark Brunell as a Jag fan, and I don't know how many
You better
rest of
watch
y'all
your
feel like
mouth.
this.
Don't you disrespect Mark Brunell before
Yeah,
you
I
start
feel like
talking.
in his latter years, I don't like contribute him to Jacksonville anymore. He sold out on us on ESPN.
Okay, very
and said
true.
We were going to sell the team when we weren't. or whatever. When he was on ESPN, he was often anti-Jag. Unlike Tony Baselli when he did his little Fox run, where he was too Jag that they fired him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, peer pressure,
and
man.
also, like, dude, like, your stats ain't gonna hold up because Bortles coming for him. Even if it's garbage time, you still ain't gonna have the all-time stats. So whatever. You're an average quarterback.
Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit different. I'm gonna put persons or persons on here that I want to do your thoughts on. So,
Okay, go ahead.
Obviously, so I'm gonna do Tony Baselli because
Cool.
he kind of really he was the first pick of that franchise.
He'll be
with
the
you.
first Jaguar Hall of Famer.
First Jaguar Hall of Famer.
Should have been in last year.
Okay.
Should have been 2 years
And he's
ago.
from USC too, which
SC?
California. I'm gonna go Mark Brunell because I think with the quarterback, he was the first quarterback that really brought the team to the AFC Championship. He had that great years in the '90s.
Twice.
Lost twice, but
Damn.
besides the point.
Why y'all so petty over there? Oh
Bortles
my
only got to make it
god.
one more time to time. But
They're an expansion team, and they make it.
Jimmy Smith because he's arguably one of the greatest receivers of
Yeah.
all time.
Okay.
When he retired, regardless of his arrest and everything,
also
regardless
should
of-
be in the Hall of Fame.
He was it was like Trello and Stanton at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
And fourth, I'm gonna go with the Weavers because look at the Weavers.
All right,
okay?
his list
No,
is completely
no,
wrong.
no.
Completely wrong. You left off the best player in Jaguar history. You left them off.
Listen. What the Weavers done for Jacksonville really kind of like they gave a Jacksonville franchise. They did great work with the hospitals and everything like
Yes,
that.
very true.
They're really good with the community and everything. And
And Shad Khan's a better owner.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm coming with them.
Sean may be the better owner, but he wouldn't be an owner without the Weavers. I mean, the Weavers put Jacksonville on the map. They're the reason when they got the Super Bowl here and everything like that. So I think you got to put Weavers on the map.
The only reason why this is a good reason I'm gonna back up Matt on the Weaver thing. Like I said, I went straight players, but for the Weavers, because you have to understand, they did not have to sell that team to Shad Khan. They could have sold that team to anybody else, and we could be the Jacksonville whatever right now.
Not the Jacksonville, whatever. You'd be the London something.
They sold it on the contingency that
He had to stay
in
here.
Jacksonville.
So
So
that's
to try to make it work.
So that's
he made
pretty
it
dope.
work.
That's pretty dope.
He made it work. So
First of all, your Mount Rushmore is complete trash because you left off the best player in Jaguar history, Fred Taylor. How do you leave him off?
Yeah, Fred Taylor is the best. Like, you got to start with Fred.
Fred is number one.
He's the only player that we've ever had that's
I the new
dynamic.
head. Fred Taylor.
Fred
He
Taylor's
is
dope.
super dynamic.
Right. But, and then, obviously, Fred Taylor's on mine. Tony Baselli is going to be on mine. And then it's just a matter of 2 of the 3 between MJD, Jimmy Smith, and Mark Brunell.
See,
because nobody else did MJD. I'll put MJD on mine. And then
Yeah,
Jimmy
whatever,
Smith.
MJD. They just trying to get on your show, bruh.
No dis-
MJD's stats, and he doesn't get the love that he had because he was on so many awful teams with Jacksonville.
No
Yeah, he split
disrespect.
time
No
with Fred,
disrespect,
too.
MJD. Get Pigskin Dynasty on the show, and please come on the pod. Flag on the play.
We doing a mega collab.
Mega.
That'd be cool. I love to go on MJD show, and I would tell him straight up in his face, "You're not on the Mount Rushmore."
You a lie. You a lie.
What's up? Get like Shy said, get on the train. He's about to leave the
You know what you
station.
do? He'll just take his big old tree trunk of a thigh.
Exactly. MJD's
Man,
a
I'm
big boy.
6'3", 323 pounds. He ain't doing that to me.
Yeah, he's 5'4",
322 pounds. You a turkey, and I'm a giraffe. So what's up?
Anyways, so let's follow that up. We'll go back to Jags, but let's do the Mount Rushmore of just of football. But the contingencies are you can have one quarterback and you have at least one defensive player on the Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
So
Ooh, put me on the spot. Okay, here we.
And this is like NFL or for fantasy?
let's do NFL. Then we do fantasy
Okay.
really quick. So I guess I'll open it up.
Okay.
So for the quarterback, we go with to me the GOAT, Tom Brady. Okay, guys, calm down. Okay.
Brady.
I'm going to go Jerry Rice. Okay, I'm going to go Lawrence Taylor because he really revolutionized that defense, and he gave the right tackle a reason to live in football. And then I'm going to sum it up probably with Terrell Owens as a second receiver, just because I'm a Terrell Owens fan. Actually, no, I'll take that back. I'm sorry, I'll take that back. I can only have one quarterback. That's kind of tough.
Terrell Owens is a really good player,
I'm taking
though.
Terrell Owens.
I'm not even mad at you for saying that.
Terrell Owens is pretty
He's
dope.
super underrated at how good he was just because he had a big mouth. But that dude is a really damn good football player. And he probably can still play right now at 40-something
He
years
ran a
old.
4.4.
Yeah, the dude a monster, bro. Like, the dude can play. So I'm not mad at that. I can go if you want me to.
Go for it, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go quarterback Joe Montana
Okay.
because it's Joe Montana. and he kind of did a thing. I was gonna put Dan Marino, but you ain't win a ship.
You can only do one quarterback.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, and although I don't care about championships, people do. So Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. So there you go, 2 49ers up there already. My defensive player, I'm gonna put Jim Night Train Lane, because I think he changed defense or whatever. That's a Detroit reference for you right there. But that dude, like, I know it's really old for some of you guys, but y'all just take 5 minutes when you get off of this YouTube and go to that YouTube and look at some Night Train Lane stuff. That dude changed defense. He was knocking people. He was killing people, like literally killing people. So Jim Night Train Lane. And then my last player that I would put up there for being like really, really good, since I only can have one quarterback and it's Peyton Manning or whatever. So, you know, I can do that. I'll put Jim Brown. Jim Brown changed the game with running backs too. Like he was dominating for like 6 years. Yeah, Barry Sanders I started to put up there, but I gave him Night Train Lane instead because like although Barry was like really good, yeah, even though he was really good or whatever, Jim Brown actually won championships by himself.
I was going to go. I'm almost the same as yours. It's Brady, Rice, LT. And then I was going to do Barry Sanders. So
yeah,
so you guys hit all my guys there.
Cool.
Okay, I'm going to hit y'all with Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Then I'm going to hit y'all with, because y'all are very disrespectful. I don't say how y'all didn't do this. Prime time.
Oh, Deion
Sanders,
time.
okay.
He's overrated.
I got. Whoa! Oh my God! Is it an earthquake? Sweet mother of Jesus! Deion overrated?
No. He's an awesome player, Hall of Fame player. I think he's a little bit overrated because of his stance on his TV show now. So he stays into the general consensus.
No, okay. Oh, okay.
That's my whole point. Not necessarily calling him a trash player.
Because you see, everybody was like, "Oh my God!"
I'll walk off this show.
Can't wait to rewatch the episode.
And he's been overrated because of his stance on the ESPN show.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, Deion kind of makes me mad too with his stuff on TV, especially how he be trying to. I feel like he be trying to make fun of Five and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like he didn't show the Jaguars enough love.
He damn sure
on
a
his
good
show.
player though.
But right now, I got Peyton Manning, I got Deion. I'm gonna hit you with something like we talking about people change the game. Randy Moss is ridiculous.
Yeah,
what
Randy
Moss
Moss
did
good.
was just nasty. And my last one, oh my goodness, who am I gonna hit you with? Can't do another quarterback. Jerry Rice, because it's easy to say Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
But before, I just want to just a quick discussion, really quick. Randy Moss, in your opinion,
Change again, yeah.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes, easy.
Should have been.
First ballot, easy.
He was
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
ballot.
full of it.
He's kind of had the same mouth as Terrell. So you think Terrell's the first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yes,
Yes.
easy.
Okay.
I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at Terrell Owens for not wanting to do the speech thing because the Terrell Owens thing, here's my thing, and I'm just going to go on a quick rant, not a long one, but here's my thing about the NFL that really pisses me off or whatever, right? It's so many double standards, and they play so many games with people or whatever, right? So you got somebody like Stallworth, the wide receiver who played for the Browns and played for the Saints and some other teams or whatever. He got a DUI.
Didn't he kill somebody?
Yeah, and
No,
killed
he literally-
somebody.
he killed somebody.
Yeah, and he literally was welcomed with like open arms back into the league. Orlando Pace also got a DUI manslaughter charge or whatever. He was back in the league, right? Terrell Owens was an arrogant dude who did push-ups in front of his house, and we hate him.
And
I just don't understand.
And once again,
that. That's
another
a terrible
thing,
double standard.
Terrell Owens is so arrogant and all this other stuff. Terrell Owens broke his frigging leg.
Still
And
play.
Came
Still
back
played.
to the Super Bowl
6 catches, 100 and
and
something.
balled.
It was more of a man than McNabb in that Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
and that's
since-
my thing.
And just for the record, that Super Bowl was here in Jacksonville, and yes, McNabb was all around Jacksonville partying before the Super Bowl and throwing up. Just FYI.
Yeah, that's true. But my thing is with T.O., it's just the double. I don't play the whole double standard thing, dude. Like for
you
Hall
ball,
of
you
Fame,
ball.
for Hall of Fame stuff, it's not the Hall of good attitude. It's not the Hall of really nice. It's the Hall of Fame based on what you contributed to the game. And the man is one of the greatest receivers of all time. Put him in the
Who's
Hall
on
of
the Hall
Fame.
of Fame. Bunch of old white
Riders.
men.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. We
That's
need
it.
to.
Bunch
We
of
need
old
to
white
change.
men
We
voting.
got to
Oh,
change.
you
the
don't.
vote.
Oh, you don't do me an interview. Every time you do an interview, he's real mean. I don't like you. No, just go strictly by the numbers. Just do
That's
the
what they should
facts.
be.
Yeah.
That's what it should be.
Well, I don't even say go strictly by the numbers because then you got Tony Baselli who didn't do it for a long
Right.
duration of time.
Yeah.
So you need to
A sprinkle of common sense.
right.
Sprinkle in some common sense.
Or just I don't know. Let the players vote on it.
No, this
And right now it's a hard time too because the game changed. In
Right,
This
a lot
era.
of it, yeah.
There's so many more passing games that are just.
This is how I
inflated.
do it. If someone gives me a name and I think of the person, I go Hall of Famer like that.
Yep.
Hall
Yeah,
of Fame.
if you can't do it in 2 seconds.
Terrell Owens, Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Tom Brady, Hall of Fame. Joe Montana, Hall of Fame. That's how it should be.
Phillip Rivers.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame.
Okay.
If
Hall
you
of
have to
Fame.
think, they're not a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If it's not like clear cut, then you
I always look at it as if the dude transcended the game. Like if he's like one of the dudes in that era where you think like I can't think of this era without thinking of this guy, then he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Phillip Rivers may not have won a ring or anything like
stats are
that,
killing.
but you ain't thinking about the last 15 years of football without thinking of Phillip Rivers. Same thing I said about Eli too. Eli's a Hall of Famer. It is what it is.
Eli B. All jokes aside,
He'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Eli B. was a part of beating one of the greatest NFL teams
Yeah.
of all
Yeah.
time. Nobody gave them a chance against the Patriots,
I don't
and
see
they
how
won.
Eli's any
Well, there
different
was
than-
gum on his helmet.
Yeah.
and like my homeboy just told me, twice Eli did that thing. Twice.
I don't see how Eli's any different than freaking Terry Bradshaw.
Yeah.
They the same dude.
Same dude.
Like whatever.
Terry Bradshaw Hall of Famer. So.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion Phillip Rivers is a much better quarterback than Eli Manning.
He is.
He just got stuck
He
with
is.
the crappy
No, it's not even
organization.
close.
And that was his Super Bowl prediction is the Los Angeles Chargers. So we'll see. He might get that ring. But he has to go through the Jacksonville to do that. But
I want to talk about the Jaguars' schedule.
let's talk about the Jaguars schedule too.
Oh, fantasy Mount Rushmore.
We can do that. We can close that up.
Okay.
We can close that up.
Okay.
You want to do that now? Or you want to
Yeah,
close
do
it
the fantasy on Rushmore.
I just really want it because obviously I want to hear what's
Alright,
the Mount
so
Rushmore.
here's how I'm
fantasy.
basing the Rushmore for fantasy. Okay, I'm going for like players that had one or two great seasons that kind of like changed. Like if you had them, you won. It's like that. And then there's some you can base off duration, but I can kind of be more like 1 or 2 years where they kind of really just killed it.
Okay.
Okay. So Scott, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Number one, clear cut, LaDainian Tomlinson. Then I'm going to
dope.
put
For
Peyton Manning.
for the Chargers, right?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, the Jets, LaDainian Tomlinson wasn't, world beater. Antonio Brown is absolutely on there. Peyton Manning might be the best fantasy quarterback of all time.
Wow.
So I'm put him on there. And then just because it changed the way you value the position, Rob Gronkowski.
Okay.
Okay. So okay, I'm gonna start with Sean Alexander. Okay.
Wow.
Did not see that
When
coming.
you say Sean Alexander.
Sean Alexander, he was like the first running back to really kind of like
Seattle, Sean Alexander.
yeah, Sean Alexander
Wow.
had like the 20 something record-breaking touchdowns.
Yeah.
Then LT broke it the next
Then
year.
LT
Yeah.
broke it, but he really was the first running back to really kind to step it up and kind of
Yeah.
put fantasy running backs on the map. Now I'm gonna go with. I agree with you with Peyton Manning. He's arguably he can be considered one of the great quarterbacks. He's definitely one of the greatest fantasy, specifically with the Denver Broncos. We had like the 55 touchdowns that really.
Or the 50 with
Or the 50.
Indy.
Indy, yeah, he was really just really.
Man,
killing it.
Peyton killed it. Good God.
I agree with Scott with Antonio Brown because with the duration, a lot of people don't know. Do you guys know he was on that Super Bowl team with Green Bay? He was on that team. That's how long he's been in the NFL.
Wow.
He was a kick returner on that team.
Damn. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
damn.
Actually, yeah.
So from where he started, he was like what 6th round pick. He was a very late pick. He worked on. He wasn't the fastest guy. He runs a 4.5, same as Kamara.
I think he ran a 4.6.
4.6. He's not
Smooth though.
Yeah, he's
smooth
smooth.
with
He's
his route.
smooth.
Yeah.
And he has one of the most purest hands. Okay, I was debating between him and Larry Fitzgerald in terms of just where I want to put him, but I have him because he's doing it on a much higher basis. He's been consistent wide receiver
He just
one.
had the quarterback.
and the
Fitzgerald never
quarterback,
had.
and I'm gonna finish up with probably Scott's gonna disagree with me on this, but I'm gonna go with the Seattle's defense between 2010 and 2000.
You can't put a defense on
Sure I
Mount
can,
Rushmore.
because that defense I won twice against it. So I can put a defense on it. But if I can't put a defense on it, I will probably put just thinking up right now. Probably put Odell. Probably get Odell up there too.
Because I was about to say, how do you go back and look at, because obviously you guys broke down the numbers perfectly for like the players. How could you go back and look at the best fantasy defense, I guess, numbers wise, like this is one of the greatest fantasy defenses of all time?
So if a lot of people overlook the kickers and the defense in fantasy.
For
and
good reason. The difference between the number 1 scoring defense and the number 12 scoring defense is very slim. Plus, a lot of times you think a defense is going to be number 1 and they're number 20. So you get defenses that come out
That's
of
true.
nowhere.
That's happened to me
every year.
several times.
But between 2011, 2013, 14, the Seahawks were consistently one of the top defense. I personally beat Scott several times with that defense. Once, but that's all that matters.
And the entirety of our league, I think I'm 13-1 against you with one
Oh,
loss and a
man.
championship game.
Doesn't matter. But I do score the second highest points in that week.
I mean, that's kind of like how Steve Spurrier say about Florida State. What? Florida State might beat me on them, but beat them in one that counted.
Yeah, that's it. Beat him in the one that counted.
Beat him in the one that counted.
I think that fantasy. I'm with Sky. It's like winning in real football when you like don't draft the kicker, dog. What are you doing? Like, don't draft the kicker.
Right. I would rather stream a defense than be tied to one defense all season.
Yeah, like
I
don't
would rather
draft.
just stream it and play the Browns every other week.
I can care less about defenses when I play.
Wait a
fantasies,
minute.
but
So-
I've only won 2 championships ever.
So you telling me I'm not drafting Lambo in fantasy?
Nah, you don't draft the kicker.
Oh,
dog.
okay.
Lambo will be there.
If you draft the kick, you draft the kick in the very
Last play, yeah.
So-
If you're in the last round and nobody's there that even matters, draft a kicker, and I still would draft a running back right there.
I had Greg Zuerlein as my kicker in the title game. He went on the IR with his back injury. I brought in Josh Lambo. Lost by 6.
There you go.
Damn.
Kickers don't matter.
Damn. Kickers are people too,
Kickers are
man.
people too.
Lambo's pretty damn good kicker in real football, though.
Yeah.
So
I just guessed the wrong guy.
it's just a kicker or whatever.
Anyways.
I'll do one real quick. So I'll go with the 2 modern ones real quick. Peyton Manning, LT. Because both of those guys, Tomlinson and Manning, ever since I've been playing modern fantasy, where they keep track of it on Yahoo and stuff like that.
Yahoo!
Yeah. Ever since they've been doing that, those 2 dudes, I just remember being unstoppable, period, point blank. And then I'll go old school for all the old fantasy junkies that's watching this. Back when we used to have to write it down with pencils and stuff like we did in college because we were lame. I'm going to go Dan Marino. Because Dan Marino used to put up some sick fantasy numbers.
Comparatively to the rest of the position at that time.
My first time playing fantasy ever was with a bunch of nerds when I was in 9th grade in 2000. And we didn't have like the internet fantasy keeping stuff. So we had this one dude named Davis.
Pagers still back then?
Yeah, we did. We didn't have that. We had Nokias with the snake on it.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, love that damn.
Those
Then you go
phones
to the
never
flea
die.
market and you take off the face. Yeah, we had them. All of my
The phone would still
friends
be at 99%
who I
with,
played
like, 4
fantasy
days
football
use.
with, yeah, they all had Confederate flag Nokias because they got them from Ramona Flea Market. But anywho,
Man, shut up.
yeah, Dan Marino used to put up some crazy numbers or whatever, and then Jerry Rice too. Because Jerry Rice back in the day for all the 90s and 80s fantasy players, because fantasy football has been around a long time.
I was just about
I
to
know it
say,
started off fantasy baseball, but it's been around a long
I
time.
was just about to say,
What, popcorn?
Yeah, way back in the day, popcorn leagues.
because I'm
Yeah.
fantasy illiterate. When did fantasy football even like start?
70s.
Like, shut up.
Yeah,
Seriously.
they've been doing it.
It
You had
is
your pen
70.
and paper, take everything from the newspaper,
It didn't
fax
really
in your lineups.
Wow.
Like,
Back in the day, your
I-
GM
it
was
was
like
crazy.
a legit guy.
Wow.
He would actually have to look at all the box scores and then do all the math and
job.
stuff like
Because
that.
that's crazy. That is
Shout out to Davis Griffin who used to
Right.
do that for us in 9th grade.
I would have never thought that.
It really shot in popularity when we got the internet, so probably around
Yeah.
what, 2003,
2004, yeah, because
Okay.
2000 we had the internet, but that 2000 is still old school internet. So it wasn't
Yeah, that
fast.
dial-up.
Yeah,
You had that Windows logo.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
only nerds in 2000 played fantasy football like your boy. So like yeah, so Davis Griffin, shout out to you, man, for doing all those stats. And I'm pretty sure you cheated on me with it because like I don't think that you kept the stats correctly, but I do remember like it was real legit keeping the stats and having to do all the math. And he was spending hours on it every like Tuesday.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, maybe it's the Brady fan in me, but if I was running that league back then, I'd have fudged some of those numbers.
Yeah.
Dang, I went 13-0.
I lost by 2 points? Nah, I got a sack right
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Sorry, guys. Looks like I won again.
Yeah. it ain't
Actually,
like I'm
I
about to
would
look
probably
it up.
just find different news sources just to see if I could find some discrepancies with
Yeah.
those stats, and then I'll just change the news source that week to whatever. helps
Whatever
out.
happened. Yeah. He like,
That's
I'm
it.
looking it up.
I think he still does that now, but
It's all computerized. It's
Thanks,
automatically
Yahoo.
done.
anyways.
But I wanted to get into the Jaguars' schedule a little bit because I'm of the belief that the Jaguars are a better team this year than they were last year.
Really
They're going to have a worse record.
Yeah, they have a really.
I
good
disagree. I don't think so. First of all,
Let me explain. Can I
Go ahead,
explain?
go ahead, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So you got-
Elizabeth? What?
You got 2 games against Andrew Luck. all
Okay.
right? Now I know you beat them twice last year, and I don't think the Colts have a great roster, but Andrew Luck's the best quarterback in your division. I think that's hands down. You got 2 games against Deshaun Watson, who, I mean, when he played in that 7-game sample size we had at Deshaun Watson, it was insane. So if he's able to play like that for an entire season,
With
I don't
DeAndre
think
Hopkins.
so. I don't think so.
Oh,
but
okay.
That's gonna be tough. You got 2 games against Mariota. He's a better quarterback than Blake Bortles. I think Blake Bortles is a fine quarterback. I think he's the worst quarterback in the division, just because the other 3 are really good. All right, now you got to play the NFC East. You got to play the Cowboys, but they're a better team this year.
W.
You got to play Philadelphia. They just won the Super Bowl with their backup quarterback.
In London, gonna
you
be
gotta
tough.
play the Redskins, who are a solid team with Alex Smith. I think they upgraded quarterback, and I don't think they downgraded from Kirk Cousins.
W.
And then you got the Giants, who I think are a dark
Week
horse
one.
candidate to
Week
go to
one.
Super Bowl.
Week 1
And then you have
with Healthy Odell.
the Chiefs, who went to the playoffs last year. The Steelers, who, there's a strong history with the Jaguars and Steelers. The Patriots, all those games that I've named right now they're toss-ups. I don't think the Jaguars I'd pick to win outright in any of those games. There's only 3 games left on your schedule. Jets, Bills, Dolphins.
So what's the Jaguars record for you? What do you got?
What were they last year? 10-6?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably 8-8, 9-7.
See,
I think they're a better team. They are a better team, but just because of the way the schedule works out, I don't think they go 10-6 and they might miss the playoffs.
Number one, if you're a good team, you win games. Period.
If you're a good team.
Yeah.
In the words
Jags are a good team.
In the words of Uncle Drew, when you're a good team, you get buckets.
Yeah, you get buckets. Yeah, you good team, you win games. So that's number one. So you at least should be 10-6, just because you should be a good team. Here's my thing. I can some of those games are toss-ups. The Andrew Luck in the Colts game, cool. Andrew Luck's really good, but he ain't got nobody around him. And the Jags defense is sick, and their O-line is garbage.
And then let's not forget Andrew Luck coming off a big-time injury.
Yeah,
Luck's never had anybody around him, and he's had over a year to heal.
Yeah, but the Jags haven't been this good.
And Luck has the Colts got one of the greatest offensive talents I've personally ever seen come out of the draft. I forgot the guy's name. What's the guy they drafted?
He ain't that great if you got his name.
What's the guy's?
The Colts?
The center that they drafted?
Quentin Nelson?
Yes, that thing. Yeah.
The guard?
Yeah.
Okay,
Nelson.
a guard is going to change.
They say he's a really good guard.
That's gonna help the offensive line.
See, that's my thing. Like the Colts, give me 2 wins with the Colts. I give you the benefit of the doubt and say split with the Texans, even though I don't think we're going to split with the Texans.
Well,
but I'm kind of
2 against Titans. So I'm marking that up.
I'm trying to.
0-2.
Yeah.
So
we're
you're
not going to
3-3
be.
within your division.
Titans are taking a step back
No, they're
because
not.
here's
No,
why.
No, they're not.
Number one, I was just talking to Matt about this. I think Mariota's a little overrated or whatever.
I don't think he's overrated.
I don't think
he's better than Bortles.
I don't. He may be, but I don't think he is as good consistently as he should be.
If you're gonna do the same argument with Blake Bortles about he didn't have a team around him, you gotta do the same argument with Mariota.
Well, what's the team that they put around him that makes him so much better this year?
Dude, the Titans owned you guys last year. They owned you last year. They added.
Do you
Deion
remember
Lewis
when he
and they
ran
added
for like
some
90+ yard touchdown that one year? Does
First
anyone
game,
remember
yeah,
that?
I remember that.
Nah, I'm telling you
Jaguars
this.
fan, it's burned into my
Honestly,
memory.
I mean, I'm not gonna put on my Jaguar blockers for the Titans game, but I tell you, at the very least, we're gonna split.
I don't think we split.
I don't think so.
sweep
I don't
we
think
can
you
split.
can say you're going to split.
First game, they whooped our ass. Second game, we didn't care. So I
They
think
didn't care, but they still dominated.
after the Jags made the playoffs with that Texans game, I don't think they tried for the rest of that season because the San Francisco game was weird. We had never played like that all season.
But it's West Coast.
Yeah,
And for
like,
some
yeah, we
ungodly
never
reason,
played on the
we
West Coast,
cannot play on the West Coast.
And
I
then
don't
when
know
we
why.
got to that Titans game, it was cold, and I just think they was like, let's just go home. We'll play y'all next week because they thought for sure they were playing.
They
the
wanted.
boys
They
that next
wanted them.
week.
No, the
They said,
Jaguars
yeah,
said
we
we
want
want to play
Titans,
Tennessee.
right?
Yeah,
We
they
want
wanted to play
Bills.
Tennessee.
So
why they wanted Tennessee? Hell if I know.
And then
but they wanted Tennessee.
When it comes to the NFC East, we're beating the Redskins. I'm not even. Yes, they're better with Alex Smith or whatever, but nah, I'm not giving the Redskins the benefit of the doubt.
I'm
that
just
they
saying it's a
beating the
tough
Jags.
game.
Yeah,
They're going to win.
I think in
That's a tough
NFL,
game.
pretty much every game's a tough game because it's any given Sunday.
Going what
league,
Scott
yeah.
said, there's really only 3 games you can like say.
Oh, he's like
sure.
only slam dunk. You only got
Right.
three
Right.
slam dunks.
So
So
now you're fighting the rest of your season.
Yeah. So,
But with that defense, it should be a pretty
yeah.
decent fight.
What Scott said, the AFC South to me is probably one of the most competitive divisions.
Definitely. Yeah, it's bad.
Because I can see every one of those teams, if they get on a run, they can win that division.
And the Steelers, and just like if you're going to give the Titans the benefit of the doubt that they beat us twice, so can't say we split on the Steelers, can't say they beating us then. Because we beat the crap out of them twice.
Right. And Pittsburgh both times.
So like I would say Steelers are losing. They ain't beating us. And give me the Patriots game too. The only reason I'm not saying it's a sweep. We killing the Patriots, but them boys got some hate for the Patriots, and they coming out. That's our home opener. Yeah, they're gonna be the Patriots.
It's going to be hot in Jackson.
The one thing Scott,
yeah, they ain't gonna be ready for that.
Scott does bring up is that you guys do play the first place teams, so which is
Yeah.
it's going to be a
Yeah,
hard
which is
schedule.
always if you finish in first place, the schedule's always harder or whatever.
So that's why I think he
yeah.
says there's going to be a little regression. To me, it's going to be based on how well Bortles does. If Bortles does great and does what he did last year, I think the team can go 11-5.
I still think
If
this
they don't-
division is one because every year we think a team's going to be good that's not good, or we think a team's going to be bad that's not bad.
Obviously,
And-
injuries play a concern. Someone can get injured. and,
Right.
like,
Yeah,
So
right,
you
right,
never
right.
know. But I think this division still gives one at freaking, I don't know, 10-6, 11-5. I don't think this is the type of the 13-3 division. Yeah, like it's not that type of division.
Right.
So it'll be 10-6, 11-5. And if it's gonna be a 10-6, 11-5 division, Jags win.
How do you guys got the division setting up? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who? What do you guys have? Like division wise,
I say most, like if you're talking about best divisions.
No, not
Now
division.
you get this
Because like I
AFC South
got,
ranking.
because like I got Jags, Tennessee,
No.
Texans, Colts. That's my division.
So I go Jags, Texans, Tennessee, Colts. That's what I say.
Right.
I think Colts finish last.
I don't think the Colts. Yeah, I think the Colts might get.
Colts are trash. Dude.
Yeah, I don't think
Andrew Luck. I
think Andrew Luck
really
is
good.
Andrew Luck is a man. The rest
Maybe
of that team,
top
I think, is
three quarterbacks
trash.
in the league,
He
but
can win a game
got
by
them bigger.
himself.
You got them
He
bigger.
can win a game by himself.
Have you seen him with his clothes off? He's like.
Have you seen him throw a baby football? Because that's what I've been hearing him
That's all
throwing
he
a baby
been throwing.
football.
He can't
High school
throw it.
football.
I'm waiting for him to stop
Yeah.
throwing a Nerf football.
Just look, if the season would have started right now, okay, guys, and just seeing what I see on paper, I'm expecting Deshaun Watson to come back healthy. DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller's going to come back. J.J. Watson to come back with Jadeveon Clowney. I'm putting Texas #1, then Jags, then Colts, and Titans.
And see, another thing with this AC, you guys have to
Titans
understand.
last?
Yeah.
All right, I got Titans winning division, and then Jags.
I'll say this too, what y'all Texans love or whatever.
ACL.
And Deshaun Watson, y'all be careful, man. Not only is he coming off an ACL, but this too.
He can't sustain that.
Something in football, something called tape or whatever, right?
uh-oh.
Same thing with Jimmy G or whatever. Jimmy G was a beast
Well, you
last
can do the same
year.
argument for Jacksonville, how they played the defense, because this is the first year the defense of Jacksonville really exploded in the mainstream.
True, but we
Same
didn't have
thing.
Calais Campbell. But we remember we basically ran the same defense. The only thing we got rid of was Leo. But we ran the same defense and we just dropped the Leo back to a regular standard linebacker.
You think Puz Leslie retiring affects you guys anyway?
Yes.
It does?
Because we don't have a middle linebacker.
Puz
You don't have that
and
communicator.
yeah.
You don't
Puz.
He also was that leader, too.
He was a coach on the field.
But
That
it's all
Puz thing
depending
is
on-
big.
I think I have a 50-50% in my mind that Plesny comes back.
He might, yeah. Just
Yeah,
miss
I
training
feel
camp
you,
and
yeah.
slide back in there. He old. But it
That
also
seems-
depends on how fast Miles Jack pick up middle linebacker.
That's what it boiled down to. Because Miles Jack is an incredible athlete.
Yeah,
Incredible.
he should be able to pick it up fine.
I don't like him because he's from UCLA.
I wanted them instead of Ramsey. I wanted them to take Jack at
Oh, by the way,
four.
Me too.
And
you
then
guys-
they got them
Me
both.
too,
That
and then
was
we got them
just
both,
awesome.
yeah.
Can you guys both just personally thank me because the Cowboys suck in drafting? Miles Jack and Jalen Ramsey should have been on our team.
That's
So you
real
know-
talk. Thank you. Because that whole Jalen Ramsey thing, yeah, I appreciate
it
that.
was.
Yeah,
You came
yeah.
out all right. You got Smith and you got the running back.
You got
Elliott.
You got,
They got Elliott.
You got Elliott and you got Jalen Smith. He was out the whole first year.
But when he came in, was he good?
he was good? But I'm saying we could have Miles Jack.
Same
Wasn't
thing. I
Miles
think.
Jack good.
Yeah,
He
had
wasn't
Miles
even
Jack
Telvin Smith good.
good.
So you're welcome.
But if Jalen Smith was healthy, he would have been drafted higher than Miles Jack. So,
I mean, yeah, but
just hope that he turns out to be who he's supposed to
It's a
be.
frustrating Cowboys fan. They always try to build from the draft when they can never do anything. Else.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point. But
One last thing, we'll talk about the Jags. We got new uniforms in here.
Yeah, the unis.
What do you guys think of the unis?
I have no problem with the uniforms because, like I try to see, once again.
He's got a problem with uniforms?
I don't
Oh,
like
I'm
them.
going to straighten you out. Because, like I try to tell people, you know what those uniforms look like? They look like someone who's going to play defense and run the ball. That's how those uniforms look, and that's why I like them.
here's my problem with the uniforms. Okay, it's hot in Jacksonville. Man. Okay, you don't wear freaking black. In
We're not going to
Jacksonville?
wear black in September and October.
No,
We're
I'm with you guys on that. They should have went back to
They
teal.
went to
Teal should have been the primary
They should've
jersey.
been- and the
Now
white
that I'll
should've been
give
the
you.
alternate, but because like I remember when I forgot the game when they were wearing teals and everyone in the crowd was wearing teal and it was like beautiful. I was like, oh, it's so amazing.
That was the
watching
Seahawks
too.
game.
Oh,
Well, you know
so
what?
amazing.
Week two against the Patriots, home opener, we'll be wearing white.
Yeah, because it's hot as balls. So
That's what's going to happen.
That's the
we got
thing.
7 games in Jacksonville. We give 1 to London.
Yeah.
3 of those games in Jacksonville are going to be in teal, and probably 2 more are going to be in white, and they only play 2 games in black.
Yeah.
Probably the primetime game.
But see, that's the thing that I don't like about the uniforms. Number one, they always change the uniforms. Like, we want an identity. And it's just like what Scott said. You're going to wear like 16 different uniform combinations. So you don't have an identity. Number two, or whatever, they look like high school uniforms or college uniforms. They're super plain.
They look clean and no nonsense.
Yeah, just like Tom Call.
Just like the organization.
Yeah,
Clean
I
and
think
no
The
nonsense.
number one thing they had to do, and they nailed it, is they got rid of that gold on the helmet.
See, I like the gold on the helmet.
Oh my god!
I didn't have any beef.
That was
The helmet was
complete
cool to
trash.
me.
That
It was
was
all right
awful.
with
The
me.
helmets would have been okay with me
No.
to switch with the all
they
black if
faded
they
it
would have
better?
went with matted. If they would
I
have went with the
would love
matted
to have
helmets, it would have been the uniforms would have been sweet.
Instead, they did a complete opposite with high gloss.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Now we have standard NFL helmets again. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah, now we
but
got- yeah,
the
high
unis
gloss.
don't matter. It just matters on how we play. So we'll play well or whatever. The unis will grow on us. People hated the old unis when we first got them, and then after a while,
I
people.
love these.
Yeah, the jerseys.
love these.
Yeah, I like-
I
like
just
that.
hated the helmet.
Yeah, they
The
should have just
helmet
went
was
at
awesome.
all matted helmets, and it would have been fine or whatever. But I think that the unis are just too plain for me. They just like college unis. Not as bad as the Gators when your Warriors special unis last year. That was the ugliest.
You see them Gator? You know what I'm talking about? Gator ones?
Yeah, those are the worst uniforms in college
You
football
want
history.
to know why they're the worst uniforms in college football history? Because, ladies and gentlemen, we lost to Texas A&M that game.
Yeah, and
that's why that uniform trash. We win that game. It's like, oh, there's no.
You're talking about a football league that has Maryland and Oregon just doing all kinds of crazy stuff in Boise or whatever, and the Gators managed to outdo that.
I don't have a beef for Oregon. I like Oregon on jersey chain.
Y'all like
looks like crap, but they just have a bad color scheme.
Yeah, that's
and
that.
the only reason Maryland gets it is because the guy who owns Under Armour's from Maryland.
Right.
Remember Seattle? What about Seattle and all their cool unis?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the highlighter uniforms. Like,
I don't like highlights.
you look like you're a construction worker.
I like the gray, like kind of like the offset gray they have.
Uniforms are
The
all
gray
about.
sweet.
They call it the wolf gray.
Yeah, the
Uniforms
gray
are all about wins and W's and L's.
Yeah,
It's like if you win it, it's cool.
Your uniforms are sweet. If you don't, they're ugly.
Yeah, like the Pittsburgh Steelers god awful Bumblebee.
Oh my God, that Bumblebee is
But
straight
nobody cares.
trash.
They win.
But they win.
Okay.
But God, I hate that Bumblebee.
Same thing with Scott's gonna hate me for this, but I think Denver have the ugliest uniforms consistently since they've
orange
been in the
ones?
league.
The orange ones?
All of them.
Oh my
All
gosh.
of them.
I think Denver's Navy, the Elway right there, Super Bowl 32 is my favorite. My second favorite jersey. My second favorite jersey. My first favorite jersey is powder blue Chargers.
The fact that John
powder blue
San
the powder blue Chargers
Diego
uniforms are
Superchargers.
beautiful. The fact that they put John Elway on the side of the Broncos helmet is amazing to me. So shout out to John Elway.
One time for Donkey Face.
He didn't fit a more perfect organization than the
Yeah.
Broncos. That's how
Oh, don't
'Cause
forget.
everybody thinks that's a horse. No, that's John Elway, dog.
No, actually, once again, you're wrong. It's John Elway on one side and Shannon Sharp on the other.
That's it.
They both of them look like
Shannon
both of them
Sharp.
look like goddamn horses.
Shannon Sharp's got the horse nose.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them look like a damn horse.
I was about to say, you know why you know that's not Shannon Sharp on the helmet? Because ain't no Black and Miles in his mouth, and he ain't got no
you
yak.
know, we all
You don't let me get my miles and my
get my
yak.
miles and my yak on skip. That's all he's talking about. Miles and yak. Skip.
Look at man, he like, what's going on?
No,
It's from the TV.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta watch. What was that?
What's their show
What's
called?
that show called?
It's
Not First Take, but it's on Fox
Undisputed.
FS. Undisputed. And all he does, you can really Google Shannon Sharp with a black and mild.
I don't like Skip Bayless though.
Nobody does.
Nobody likes it.
Yeah, he brings Cowboys fans that give them that bad name. So.
Wow, that's crazy because Skip loved the Cowboys.
I know that's he just ever since he always hated Tony
loved Tebow,
Romo and he hates Tony Romo. He's like, oh, we need to get rid of Tony Romo. Well, it's like, oh, Tony Romo should be back on the team.
He only does that for ratings.
I don't care.
He
does shock value. That's all he does.
True.
It's aggravating.
Unlike this show that's gonna give you facts on fantasy.
That's right.
And sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody from the Flag family or whatever. So if you're watching on Flag on the Play, because I think we're about to get out of here, right?
I'll do one more quick thing, but then we want to get
Okay.
out.
If you're watching on Flag on the Play, make sure y'all like and subscribe
Please.
and hit the notification button for Pigskin Dynasty on YouTube and follow them on Facebook. And everybody on Pigskin Dynasty, make sure you do the same for us. And let's just share the love, man. Let's blow this thing up.
Yeah. I just want to do one quick thing. I'm a big fan of the throwing the flag and you guys on your show, and I want to kind of do that with us
Cool.
to the end
Cool.
of the show. It could be anything sports related, and it could be fantasy related, but please, I just want to finish that up. I think that'll be a great way to end the show.
Cool. So what Matt's talking about is on our podcast, Flag on the Play. Every week we throw a flag on people that's violating the game because we got to get that out of there. So I always win the coin toss and I always defer. So Bud, go ahead, throw your flag, baby.
And on this week, I would like to throw my flag on Jameis Winston. You are a bloody idiot. And like I said, I'm obviously a Gator. If you cut me right now, I'm orange and blue. But Jameis Winston, you are a dummy. Keep your hands to your damn self, son. That's all I got to say. Jameis Winston, you're in it. Dum 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 dum.
Facts.
Do you think he should have appealed that suspension?
No.
If he ain't do it,
He did it.
clearly
That's
he
the
did it.
damn problem.
It's hard to appeal when you the black Donald Trump.
Because guess what, Scott? You know what I can't tell you if you did something you didn't do. You're a grown man, and if you didn't do it, you know what I'm gonna say? I did not do it. I'm appealing because you're wrong. Jameis Winston? Oh, we cool.
Yeah.
That's what
He,
I'm good.
The whole reason I think he's not appealing it, despite the fact that he's admitting he did it, is he's going to get suspended for 3 games. That's $125,000 million, or $125,000 this year.
Contract.
Next year, his contract's going to pay him $20 million.
Yeah.
So he's going to lose about $4 or $5 million over the 3 games
Take it
if
now,
he takes it next
learn
year.
from it, and hopefully
So
Yeah.
lose the $125,000.
And then whatever. Yeah. It's
He He trash fantasy wise, isn't it? What does he do fantasy
he's
for you
good.
guys?
He's
He's good fantasy. Okay, so I didn't know fantasy. Okay.
He's really highly rated in Dynasty because he's still only 24 years old.
And he has a great
within the
offense.
first 3 years of his career, I go back to the stat a lot. Within the first 3 years of his career, there's only 2 quarterbacks who've thrown for more passing yards than him. Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck.
Wow. So you really are dummy.
And
Get your
that's
life
why I
together,
said-
son.
Right.
Jameis.
That's
Yeah.
This was your year, bro.
Oh yeah, he picked. He got.
I told you.
In
You
the
messed it
future,
up.
When you order an Uber, make sure it's a man.
Or
Not a man, just a clown.
or
just don't grab him by the Donald Trump and you'll be fine.
or just keep your damn hands to yourself.
Right.
All right, Anthony, you do the flag.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my flag on the entire NBA besides the Warriors for not calling Boogie Cousins. What's wrong with y'all? Like, y'all want the Warriors to win every week. Y'all want the Warriors to win every championship until they break that thing up, which it look like they're not breaking it up. Because when Klay Thompson leave, they'll just replace him with somebody else, and they'll pay him waffles and syrup. So it don't matter. So the fact, and Lakers, I love y'all. Y'all my squad, and I know the Lake show back. But you got LeBron James. The fact that you didn't even call Boogie Cousins, I know he hurt. But the fact that you didn't even call him, and when he playing for the Warriors for a sack of potatoes and some hip hop chips, I don't understand.
Like
man.
I get mad if you want. I got Warriors in 3.
See,
what if they're just sending Cousins into the locker room to try to blow it up from the inside?
but
Now you know. Now you know what? I see what you're saying, but
He already has Draymond Green, though. So.
Steph Curry wife ain't having that.
yeah, I mean,
Draymond ain't gonna-
because let's not forget the only NBA player that can blow up a team from the inside is probably what, Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, yeah.
And he going to Lakers.
Well,
watch that.
yeah, he comes
Exactly.
to
He
the
going
Lakers.
to the Lakers. Exactly.
I can't wait to see you breaking shots.
All right,
That's it.
do you want to do the first, or you want me to go first?
You go first.
Alright.
You were prepared for this, apparently. 'Cause I think about a flag play at the end of the day.
All right, so I'm a big MMA fan, guys. I love UFC. UFC 226 was last night.
It
One of
was.
the most anticipated fights.
He's back, baby.
Yeah. Congratulations to Daniel Cormier's a simultaneous 2 division holder belt, but one of my more exciting fights was Francis Ngannou and Derek Lewis, and I'm throwing my flag on that. That was the Baltic Avenue of MMA fights. He only had 10
Damn.
He had 10 significant strikes in the full round. These guys are supposed to be knockout artists, and they didn't even fight. Derek Lewis got injured. He was staying away from him, and Ngannou just stayed back and did nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're supposed to be the number 1 contender, Ngannou,
Yep.
for the heavyweight championship, and you did not fight. It was a complete insult to anyone that paid for the pay-per-view. You were supposed to be the co-main event, so I'm throwing my flag mainly at you, Ngannou. Derek Lewis has a reason he was injured, but throwing the flag to you.
And just to piggyback off that, that's why Brock Lesnar's jumping you, and he's going to get your title opportunity because
Daniel Cormier and Brock Lesnar is going to happen
Yep.
probably in
It's-
October.
yeah.
Damn.
With Conor McGregor and Khabib on that same card.
Right.
Can you imagine that card?
And I want to
that's
say
dope.
too, I want to throw another flag on Dana White for booking 2 straight UFCs in a row, really bad matches that shouldn't even been on there. Matt's match was a little bit different because they just end up not fighting, but it should have been on the card. The match should have been on the card. But the CM Punk match, the fight,
that should have been undercard.
that shouldn't even been.
That's
Yeah,
undercard.
that was ridiculous. So get your booking together.
What do you mean, CM Punk?
CM Punk fight UFC, baby.
You mean WWE CM Punk?
Yeah.
No, straight ass CM Punk.
Straight ass.
Oh
He
my
got- he
God,
got his
CM
ass straight
Punk.
whipped. Too.
Did he get beat bad?
It was bad. He can't fight. You can beat him, bud.
But it wasn't even funny because the guy you played was Mike Jackson. He's a horrible fighter. It was his
Right.
first ever fight, and he did nothing.
It was so bad that CM Punk is not allowed to fight again, and Mike Jackson got fired.
Boy,
and he won.
boy, ain't nothing like stage fights, huh? CM Punk better go
Brock
at that WWE.
Lesnar, Daniel Cormier and Khabib and McGregor on the same card. I'm calling it. It's going to be in October, probably UFC 230 or 231. One of those. It's going to happen.
Love Conor McGregor.
All right.
Give me
Scott,
Brock.
Finish up with the throw before we do our
All
closing.
right, I got to throw a flag on Julio Jones here.
There it is.
He's got a chance to do something special. They got a chance to really compete for Super Bowl this year. He's got 3 years left on his contract, and he's over here sitting, talking about holding out, not showing up for training camp, not coming into the preseason. He wants a new contract that he just signed, 2 years ago?
Two
years ago. He's still got 3 years left. He was popping bottles, popping champagne, talking about all this money he's about to make and how he's finally made his career. And, 2 years later, 3 years left to go on the contract. He wants a new one.
I completely
That's
agree.
just, dude. The Falcons aren't going to give you. They're not going to give you a contract. Suck it up, play it out, and then go for a contract after your
Stop being a
your
baby.
contract.
Right. Why don't y'all renegotiate the collective bargaining agreement? Get a better union, NFL. Y'all union trash.
Maybe try to get guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the NFL union is trash.
They're not going to get guaranteed money.
Never.
They have guaranteed money. Guaranteed money is here. They do have it.
They want
But
NBA.
If they get fully guaranteed contracts, you're going to screw up the teams. There's 53 players on a roster. You're going to screw up the salary cap if you do 100% guaranteed contracts. So what's going to happen if you do get your 100% guaranteed contracts that you're fighting for? The top of the contract is going to be less. They're not going to be able to you're going to get the $150 million contract. That's only going to be a $100 million contract because now it's fully guaranteed.
Right, and you have to run shorter deals. You have to run 3-year, 2-year deals.
Right, with the salary cap, the big thing too.
The NFL isn't set up like baseball and the NBA.
Right.
Yep.
Because the baseball there is no salary cap, so the Yankees can go spend as much money.
And
as they
NBA
want.
has a fake salary cap.
Right. We'll do a luxury tax.
Yeah.
So you're over. Just pay us $130 million and we'll call it even.
Right. Well, that was it. I love that segment, by the way. I might steal it.
Yeah.
I might steal it.
Do your thing.
Hey, it's all yours. As soon as before you do it, going to say brought to you by Flag and Play
Flag,
Podcast.
yeah.
And you know what? You can have it. You can have it.
A Flag in the Play. You can catch them on Tuesdays, Teal Tuesdays at 6 p.m. The next show will be this Tuesday. Look forward to us joining their show in the near future as part of the mega collaboration. I just want to say thanks to Anthony Rogers and Bud Lott for joining us for today. It was really fun. What?
The league.
Oh, right. We want to talk about the
Oh
league?
yeah, let's
Wanna
talk about the
league?
league, and
Talk
then we'll
about the
get out of
league.
here.
So we want to do a 12-team redraft league with the 4 of us, and we're going to pick 8 people. So
We're gonna have 8 of our listeners, 8 of our followers. Just message us if you want to be in it. If your flag on the play, message them, and you'll be in their division.
Right.
And then if you're Pigskin Dynasty, message us, and you'll be in our division. We run it 2 divisions of 6 teams and play it out.
And we're going to play for some Pigskin Dynasty merchandise and some Flag and Play merchandise.
Right, and there may or may not be a WWE Championship belt,
Yeah.
and it may or may not be
Spoiler
kissed by my
alert,
boo
it's
Alexa
going
Bliss.
to be a championship. Please like us on the comment. Make sure you subscribe to us, both Flag and the Play, as well as Pigskin Dynasty. Share the video. Let's try to get this views up here. Amazing. Listen to them on Podbean as well. We're getting our Podbean channel up as well. Other than that, I used to like to do a quick thing. I used to do a piece of paper. I usually throw it at the camera, but I kind of want to give to one of you guys. And I also, Scott and I have a gift for you guys. Little Pigskin Dynasty mug. I only got one. I want to give it to you guys.
Appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man.
Thank you for joining.
Wait. We're not gonna have like a death match fight.
It's mine now. Oh, it's over here now.
So it's us.
Oh, you get to
again.
throw the paper then.
It's
There you go. You can throw
It's
the paper.
us.
I get this.
Wait, before
He
you
throws
throw
the
it,
paper.
It's us.
Hey, 10 points if you hit the camera lens. By
It's
the way.
us. It's us saying thanks for you coming out on the show. We appreciate you guys helping us with our podcast, getting our views up, and showing us the way. So we look up to you guys, kind of like our mentors. So we say thank you.
Feeling old again.
That was an old shot. Do not let him fool y'all. That was an old person shot.
My name is Matt Phillips, alongside my fans of Leprechaun Scott Orr. This is Anthony Rogers and Bud Lott. Catch up on Tuesdays. Other than that, guys, peace out.
Yeah, and everybody from the Flag family, remember we're Duval.
Till we die.
Way off.